Good Thursday night, world. And welcome to another episode of Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That's me. And hold on real quick. Let me get my screen looking the way I want to really quick. Hold on really fast. Hold on real quick. Because my screen is not looking right. All right, let me remove that. Let me put myself back on. Hold on, man. Make sure I'm good here. At the stage. We back. That's right. Had to get my, a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm back. And big salute to my brother Ready with that pole position. And big salute to my brother Cooper. Cooper with that second place. And big salute to all the ones who are trickling in to the classroom, man. No other classroom like it on YouTube. That's right. For all of us high performance dogmen engineers, us pioneer dogmen and dog women engineers, man. This is for us every Thursday night, man. Us, the ones that think outside the box to create the circle. Ooh, we. Thank you. Thank you to all of y'all, man. And before we get into what we get into, before I get into my week, you already know, man, let's curb the edge, man. Be prepared, get prepared. Whatever your vice is, as long as it's nothing hard, as long as it's not no opioid, huh? No opioids, please, no opioids, man. We just need to calm the energy down, man. Get your herbal sensations out. Make sure you roll that shit up in a Swisher Sweet, a backwood, a paper plane, a bong, lotion, edible, a beverage, however you partake in your herbal sensation. Get that shit ready to go. If you like your brewskis, make sure it's cold, man. Make sure your mug is out the freezer, man. Pop that shit, crack that shit. If you like it real strong, get your malt liquor out. And if you like to take your shots, man, your Jose Cuervo, your Hennessy, whatever you like to partake in, light or dark, get that shit ready to go. If you like to sip on a cognac, get that shit ready to go, man. If you like to coach, you like to keep it simple, you like to chase your alcoholic beverage with a chaser like I do with my vodka lemonade. Big salute to all y'all, man. Big salute, much love and respect. Much love and respect. Oh yeah. So, like I always do, man, I like to debrief, let you know how my week was with the dogs and all that good stuff. And we're in that fall season, my favorite time of the year, my favorite season. I love the transitioning. I love the falling of the old. I love the frequency of the season. You know what I mean? Just the energy that comes about during this type of season, man. And I posted on my social medias. I had to transition another rattlesnake, and I've been living on my estate probably about 12 years now, and I've seen. Let's see. I've seen now total about 6 rattlesnakes, and there's all kind of snakes where I live at. I mean, there's all kind of animals, period, but there's definitely all kind of variances of snakes, all kind of lizards. I live in the wilderness up here in the foothills of Northern California, so there's everything out here. But the rattlesnakes, they pretty much, they they like to flex out here, and they're part of the ecosystem. So I have a treaty with every animal, and I have a treaty with the snakes. But this year they've, and it's the youngsters. You know what I mean? It's I don't know their ages. I've seen two elders, and what I mean by that is, really, really big ones, and they've never been in a space where they violated the treaty. The ones that I've seen, and I don't kill, you know what I'm saying? I don't kill God's creatures for no reason. You know, I feel like the Indians, you know what I mean, when it comes to God's creations, you know, unless I need to, unless I'm defending or I got to eat, you know, I live in harmony with God's creatures. And same thing with the snakes, you know what I mean? So, but this year, man, this year has been kind of extra credit. I've been dealing with a lot of rogue snakes. And what I mean by that, they haven't been taught by their ancestors, man. When I prayed over my property and you know, I made the treaty amongst all the wildlife amongst my property. Like, you know, I'm not going to just shoot you just because. I'm not going to stomp you out if you're a bug. I'm not going to, as long as you're not violating the code, just don't be in my house. You know, don't be violating my animals. None of that. As long as you don't do that, I see you, I'll let you keep it moving. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just kill a snake because I see it. You know what I mean? He live here too. So anyway, man, this week a damn another rattlesnake. Another rattlesnake. I come out to do my regular duties with the dogs, and you know, I'm hearing it. I know you motherfuckers. You know, I know you damn rattlesnakes now. I've been a part of your whole ecosystem for 12 years. I know how y'all operate. And I'm hearing the fucking I'm like, oh shit. And I look over and you know, of course you know, it's another one over there, you know, playing defensive, you know, playing defense when they rattling that rattler and they you know harassing one of my dogs. Happens to be one of my Frenchies. And of course, the Frenchie over there dancing around trying to figure out how he gonna get to him. And thank God I came. I was gonna say, God is good all the time. I praise the Lord. Because when I first moved out here, you know, and I was not aware of how these rattlesnakes operate, you know, I was dealing with snake bites. You know what I mean? My first year moving out here to this estate, my dog got bit by a rattlesnake. It cost me $2,500 to save his life. Okay. 2,500 done. And then my other dog, my boy Sharky, got bit by a rattlesnake, but thank God I was right there ASAP. And it was like, I think it was like I don't know if it was, you know, it's wintertime, so they shit kind of is dormant, but it hit him. And it didn't do him as bad as the first one, man. So I was able to get him over there, get him the antibiotic, anti-venom, and, you know, saved his life too. But it wasn't no, you know, it was like $700 because I got there ASAP Rocky. And it wasn't the venom wasn't so vicious as the first one. But anyway, man, I'm like, oh, not again, man. It's the third one, man. This is the third, man. No, it's the fourth one, excuse me, this year that I confronted. The first one that I seen was near AK. And because of the treaty, I let him go, right? I just guided him away from AK and, you know, let him, you know, push him along his way. Then the second one was by AK. I was like, nah, no. You have to go. I got to send you to the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? I got to do like the Indians, man. There's a reason why I'm transitioning you, man. I just pray to the Most High that you go, you know, maybe find you another snake life, whatever God do with your spirit, you know, let God's will be done. And I'm going to go give you back, right? I'm going to give you back. I'm going to take your body. We're not going to throw it in the trash. I got all kind of birds of prey where I live. You know what I mean? It's an ecosystem where I live. Okay. I'm talking about every birds of prey. I got eagles, fucking hawks, fucking turkey vultures. I got all kind of shit out this motherfucker where I live, man. So I already know ain't nothing going to waste. So I took that snake that I killed with AK, you know, chopped his head off with his head. And, you know, my wife's like, I want the rattler. You know what I'm saying? She's from Vietnam. I got a Vietnamese wife. You know what I'm saying? You know, they do a little things. You know what I mean? She a little different. You know what I'm saying? She ain't scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? She's like, give me his rattler. She go cut the rattler off for souvenir type shit. That's how my wife is. I'm like, go ahead, mom. I don't care. I don't care about that shit. You can have it. But anyway, I take the body and the head and I put it on what I call sacrifice rock. I call it sacrifice rock, right? And I put any animal that's dead, you know what I mean? Especially if I got a hand to it, I just put it on there because I know ain't nothing going to waste. And, you know, just when I put that snake on there, man, the fucking turkey vultures, man, they smelt that blood. Motherfuckers smelt that shit from far away, man. Them turkey vultures pick, man. They was fighting over that damn snake. Give me that. Snake was gone. So anyway, you know, I mean, shit that I saw fucking with my Frenchie. Thank God I seen it right on time. You know, I grabbed my Frenchie, get the fuck out of here, put him up. You know what I mean? Went over there with my shovel. And that motherfucker was already mad because I know my Frenchie was antagonized. And I'm surprised he didn't get bit. You know what I mean? Because I seen he bit the damn snake, but thank God it didn't bite him or whatever. Because I seen some little teeth marks in his ass. But anyway, Long story short, I come out there with a shovel and that motherfucker's pissed. So he over there attacking the shovel. He hitting the shovel. I'm like, oh yeah, you ain't gonna beat this shovel snake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you already violated the treaty. So of course I had to off with his head. I had to off with his head, and I didn't feel no remorse. I didn't feel sad about it. Because normally I kind of feel sad. Because like, dude, you know what I mean? I didn't want to take your life, you know what I mean? Because you know, they kill rats, you know, they do their job. They kill rats, mice, vermins, all kind of shit. They do their job now. But you over there, why would you be near my dogs, motherfucker? You got all this land to fuck around with, but you were next to my dog. What's wrong with you? So off with his head, man. And then I put him on sacrifice rock, and they fucking ate him. Oh man, God's system is so good. Nothing goes to waste. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, you know, I don't like transitioning God's creature, but I mean, I took a life and gave life to the animals that play by the rules. But other than that, solid week. You know, dogs are doing good. You know, everybody's, you know, the young ones is growing. AK is AK, you know, still amazing freaking nature. His sons are his sons, and you know, my Mal is her, you know, my Malinois, beautiful, you know, smart, all the shit that the Malinois is. My Kangol, you know, the bitch is, you know, so chill, but you know, anything that's not supposed to be a part of the flock, that bitch on it, man. The bitch like an alarm, man. And like I told you, man, the Kangol got probably the most vicious bark. It's like a lion and shit. Probably got the most vicious bark you ever heard in your life. Loudest and vicious bark you ever heard in your life. You know what I'm saying? The bitch is like an alarm, man. But other than that, the bitch is so chill, man. So just so chill out, laid back. Don't get bothered or flustered by nothing but a fucking outsider. It's an outsider. She want to go on that murder, kill. That Jason Voorhees, that Friday the 13th. But yeah, man, God is good. Quality, solid week. Yeah, man, just grateful, man. Just grateful. And I'm glad that my Frenchie didn't get bit by that rattlesnake. I'm glad I was able to, you know, transition it before I had to spend some money on some damn vet bills. I don't really want to be spending no money on no rattlesnake bites. You know what I'm saying? I've already been there, done that, and I don't want to do that again. So this year has been, you know, like, wow, the most rattlesnakes I've seen in 1 year. And they've all been harassing my dogs, which is just like nuts. And thank God that none of my dogs have been bit, because I've already dealt with that when dogs got bit. So I'm just so grateful that I've witnessed 5, and then none of them have bit my dogs. And, you know, hey, you know, grateful for that. So I know the Most High is looking out for me, because he know for damn sure I don't want to spend that vet bill, Lord. You know, I know I don't want to spend that, Lord. You know, I can't have my boy AK knocked out by a rattlesnake. You know, 2 of them try to take him out. You know, they try to harass him, but thank God AK is not a dummy. Because my other dogs think they can fuck with it and shit. Like, fuck, I'm gonna fuck with AK. Didn't like that fucking that shit had him perplexed. Where he was like, damn, should I fucking try to bite it? I don't know about that. So I'm thankful that he didn't do that, man. Because oh my God, I would have been devastated. You already know. I'd have been devastated if that motherfucking rattler would have got my boy AK. Any of my other dogs, man. But I digress. But man, tonight, man, we're gonna cook tonight. Big salute, man. Shit, we got a full house tonight. We got my brother Tony. Tony has done it again. It feels good, my brother Tony. We got Caveman. Brother Caveman, long time no see, man. We missed you, my brother, man. We got Mills Kennels in the building. Big salute to you guys. We got my brother Rock Solid Pitts. We got Rock Solid in the building, man. Much love and respect, man. We got TESD, man. We got therapy, emotional support dogs in the building. Thank you for showing up, man, and showing out like always, man. Thank you for showing up and showing out, all of you, man. We got a great classroom tonight, like we do every goddamn Thursday night, man. This is like no other, brother. Where else are you going to learn and be inspired to use your brain? Huh? Where else is that even like emphasized other than this classroom, man. You know what I mean? This is where we are, you know what I'm saying? With all the dog man engineers, top tier level engineers is into working dogs, man. I mean, you could be into any type of dog you want. We don't discriminate, but you know, this most suits the dog man or dog woman who are really into working dogs and really want everything to be as perfect as possible, even though we know only thing that's perfect, only one, the only entity that was perfect was Jesus Christ or the Most High God, okay? Other than that, man, we striving for perfection. That's all we do. We just strive for perfection, man. New dog man kennels, man, big salute to you, my brother. Big salute to you, my brother. But yeah, man, we're going to cook tonight. I want to say this to you all, man. One thing we have to do as dog men in today's world of dog men and dog women, because you got the internet and you got all these different people who want to speak about dogs and different things of that nature, and they want to have their opinions about dogs and the people in dogs. I just want to make sure that I remind us over here that we don't knock any dog man or dog woman doing what they want to do with their dogs, okay? Calling their dogs whatever they want to call. We don't knock that. We don't hate on that. We don't put our energy and our emotion toward what another dog man or dog woman want to do, how they want to explain, call their dogs, their program, whatever. We don't do that, okay? We stay out of other people's yards, okay? Do not put your feelings toward another dog man or dog woman's program. Don't put your feelings or your mind toward whatever they want to call their dogs. Don't do that. Don't ever say to yourself or to anybody else, I don't like it when this person says this about their dogs. I don't like it when this person calls their dogs this and that and the third. Don't do that, okay? Please don't do that, okay? We need to get that femininity energy out of especially with working dogs, that don't even work. Working dogs, you can't have a feminine energy. You got to have a masculine, dominant, alpha energy to deal with working dogs. So don't put that emotion toward any other dog man or dog woman's program where you feel that it makes you feel some type of way about how they operate with their program or what they call their dogs, okay? Do not do that. That's very weak, okay? And we're not weak over there, because if you want a dominant, top tier level program, you got to be the alpha, okay? I would never be able to deal with the dogs that I deal with on my yard if I didn't have that alpha energy, if I didn't let my feelings get a hold of me, because you know the dogs feel you, right? The dogs feel your spirit. The dogs know when you ain't really got it together. And especially when you're dealing with them type alpha type dogs that will test you. And I got dogs that will test your ass, okay? Because they test me. But I stay even in my spirit. You see what I'm saying? Because dogs are spiritual. They're energy driven. I stay even keel. I'm not overly on the, I'm not overly on the, oh my boy, oh my girl, come here, come here. I stay in the middle. So please, I'm just giving y'all some advice. Do not do this, because see, in this day and age with social media and everybody got a platform and everybody think they're an expert with no experience and everybody want to talk about shit and they don't got nothing to talk about. So they want to talk about other dog men and dog women. They want to talk about things because they ain't got nothing to talk about with their own dogs, their own program. They want to speak about other dog men and dog women, and they want to put their feelings toward what other dog men and dog women do. I'm telling us over here, we don't do that over here. We don't do that. We stay in our own yards, and that's that. And if I don't like what you guys are doing, I don't need to be saying shit. I'm gonna mind my own fucking business. I advise all of us to do the same, okay? Come on, man. This shit getting out of hand, man. You know, everybody got something to say with no credentials, man. It's the craziest shit that I ever seen in my fucking life. But that's the internet. That's the world we live in, right? Social media. You got to get a sound bite. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get a sound bite nowadays. You know what I mean? And everything's all in there. Everybody in their feelings on some Whitney Houston. Everybody's in their emotions. Get out your fucking emotionals, okay? Get into the work, okay? Work your program. Work your dogs. Do what you got to do to elevate your program. That's what you should be worrying about, because that's hard enough as it is. Stop worrying about what other people doing. Don't worry about what other people calling their dogs. Okay, but I digress. I'm gonna go ahead, right? I'm gonna drop this link. Whoever's qualified, you can come up. But we gonna cook tonight, man. And we gotta. I mean, all of our shows is special, man. I mean, damn. Hey, I was listening to. I went back and hit a replay. I think it was 101, man. The show 101, epic. All our shows is epic, man. When we made our own American Pit Bull Terrier, when we cooked up our own American Pit Bull Terrier, yeah, 101. Shout out to 101. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them all. But yeah, man, come on, man. We just too much game out here. This is too much, man. But a lot of the stuff that we do, a lot of stuff that we talk about is over a lot of people's heads. That's why, I mean, it's only a few that come to our show. You know what I'm saying? Because it's classroom shit. Motherfuckers got ADD and shit. You know what I'm saying? Attention deficit. They can't even, oh my God, oh, there's too much. Oh, it's too much. Oh, it's too much information. Oh, man, I need to be entertained. I need to be at a comedy show. Oh, it's too much. I can't learn. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers' brains don't work. You know what I'm saying? They got a brain in their skull and they don't fucking work it. As soon as that brain getting the fucking mental overload, they fucking tap out. I can't handle it. Oh, I need to be entertained. I need my brain to be tickled. I can't let my brain and all my neurons and neutrons, electrons in my brain and shit. You know, as soon as that shit start to fucking overload, I tap out. That's why they don't, you know what I mean? That's why the classroom is what it is. That's why it's only a few of us that come here, because it's only a few of us that's the smart ones. There's only a few of us that's smart, that's got a brain, that really want to learn, that really don't mind the mental strain of, well, I didn't know that. Food for thought. Let me do some research. I didn't know that. Let me take some notes. I got a program. I didn't think about trying that. Let me try that. It's very few of us. It's very few of us. And you guys got to understand that it's always going to be that way. Okay? And be okay with that, because I am. But let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. All right. Here we go, man. Let's do what we do best, man. Let's cook, man. Because this was going to be great, man. This was going to be fantastic. I love it. You know, you might have some people that don't believe it, but you already know we do the show and tell. We do the full breakdown. And then we build it back up. And then we can break it down again. That's that. Hey, Tony. What did we call it the other day? The reverse engineering. Our brother Tony said the reverse engineer. That's all we do. We do the reverse engineer. But see, if you ain't got a brain, you don't comprehend that shit. I get it. I'm okay with that. That's life. Most people on the planet don't even use 10%. They use 5% of their brain. You know what I'm saying? Ready? Are you there? You there, Ready?
I'm here.
Okay, hold on. Maybe there's something wrong. I don't know why my shit is not doing what I want. Hold on. Let me see really quick, because I should be seeing you, Ready. I don't know why I don't see you on here. But let me just check this shit. Bear with me. Technical difficulties sometimes.
That's all good.
Let me see, man. Okay, that's not that. Let me see. I don't know why I don't see you. Normally I see you popped up on the screen, but I hear you. So I know you there. Hey, you guys here ready? You guys here ready?
Everything's clear.
Okay, cool. I mean, what the heck is going on, you guys? Let me see. We got Caveman.
Yep.
See, I hear Caveman too.
Oh, there we go.
All right, there we go.
Salute.
See
if I can do something else here. Make sure I'm good, man. What you doing, Caveman? We missed you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, we missed you, man. Grateful for you. You know, Brother Reddy said that you done cooked up a bullherder litter. Is that correct?
Yep.
Damn it, man. Isn't that inquisitive Dijin, my brother? Big salute. Yeah, man, that's dope, man. How they turn out, if I might ask?
Well, they're a little young to tell a whole lot, but I got some good temperaments.
Okay.
some natural defense, and I got some puppies that come right out, see what's going on.
So what did you cook it with? A Malinois and a bully?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Male Malinois to that black bully I got.
How many males and how many females?
I haven't checked them all. Really, I just been watching them for that temperament I'm looking for, and I've found 2 standout females.
That's gonna be
really, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. Okay, hold on, man. Let me see what I got here, man. Let me see what I got here because I don't know why I'm not. Bingo! Now we got you. No, that's dope, caveman. You know what I mean? That's dope, man.
Well, I know what the parents too. I bred both of the parents before to other dogs, and I know what they produce. So I'm expecting a lot out of these pups.
So, are you keeping the whole litter, or what are you doing with that?
I'm not sure right now. Probably not. I'll probably keep those 2 females and try to place the other pups in sport homes or something.
Okay. Bill, big salute to you, Bill. Hey, what's up with your Mal and your LGD? What's up with those puppies?
Those dogs are perfect.
Okay.
That's your military grade dog you're looking for.
Okay, that's dope, man. I'm glad that shit worked out for you, brother.
Yeah.
No, that's hot. That's fire right there. That's fire, man. I mean, damn it. When you gonna post so we can see what they look like, man? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, well, I've been busy working on shit.
Okay.
Yeah, got a lot going on here.
Okay, I can respect that, K, man. No doubt. You know what I mean? I just know you got a lot of stuff going on, and we missed you. Just know we missed you, man. Don't think that we don't ever think about you.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sending some dogs out, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Sending out and prioritize.
You got that big ass Kangal too.
Yeah, he's got a lot to do with. Yeah, he's got a lot to do with why I'm sending out the rest of my dogs.
Okay, so can you explain? I mean, what's up with the Kangal? How you get them? When did you get them? I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, I've had them 2-3 weeks, maybe.
How'd you
friend of mine. Well, a friend of mine was on Facebook looking at Anatolian Shepherd groups for a dog, and he found 2 Kangals for free. They were brothers, 10 months old, and he met the people halfway, went and got the dogs, and he called me up and said I could have one of them.
Nice.
Yeah. He ended up selling the other one.
Do you like him?
Yeah. Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's a big old boob. He wants to rub on you and lean on you, push his head into you for some affection. He's pretty nice dog, really well behaved. He walks on a leash good. He don't pull. They did train him to sit and shake and all that, and to walk on a lead.
Okay.
So yeah, he's pretty controllable. But he does guard his chain space, and he's a very, very serious dog.
Yeah, they're very territorial.
Oh boy, it's something else. He's a monster too.
Yeah, I can imagine because I got one, so I already know what yours is like. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine what a male's like.
Oh yeah, piss and vinegar. I already know. You know what I mean? Piss and vinegar, man. But that's one thing that you do have, K, man. You know, I think you probably have the most, verse as far as like different breeds, fucking yard out of anybody that I know. And so, I mean, that definitely puts you in a league damn near of your own, brother. So, like I said, man, I'm glad that you was able to come and tap in with us. Like I said, we missed you. And man, just keep doing what you're doing, brother. You definitely pioneering over there, K, man, where you at. And I know it ain't easy, brother. Trust me. You already know I know it ain't easy, but it's the process and it is what it is. It comes with the territory when you're trying to be doing what we doing. So, just keep persevering, caveman, do what you gotta do. And eventually, it's gonna take off the way you want it. That's how I see it from our program. Slow and steady win the race, man. Slow and steady win the race.
Yeah.
So tonight, gentlemen or ladies, okay, we're gonna do, back in the day, for those of us who used to really be, top tier in their class, and you know, your teacher, a lot of times it'd be with your substitute, right? You get a substitute teacher, and then there'd be, it'd be a video that, the teacher would have for us to watch, because, the lesson, she want to stick to the lesson, and the substitute just was there just to fill in. And she might have, had some emergency. So, the substitute just fill in. The substitute don't know the subject matter. She ain't going to, the substitute, or he or she ain't going to teach whatever it is going to teach. But, we're going to do we're going to do a reaction video. Now, what I want to give props to, Brother Reddy, okay, for being who he is, who he's always been to us, as the super dogman computer unit that we are, top tier dogman engineers, man. Reddy is the working dogman connoisseur. You know what I mean? When it comes to his research, when it comes to his knowledge about different breeds, different crosses, I mean, I ain't met nobody other than you, Reddy, honestly. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Really on that caliber and know your shit and do your research and really be waking us up. You wake me up every time. And so Reddy, doing what he always do, like, Coach, man, check this out. Send me a video. All right, cool. And then he sent me another video. It was like, Coach, check this one out. And it was about the Bullherder, and it was about the Molossoshepherd. The Molossoshepherd, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. That sounds interesting, right? I checked the video out, and before that, when Reddy sent me the video, right, he was like, Coach, these motherfuckers is on the same shit we on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but see, they from overseas. You know what I'm saying? They from overseas in a whole different language. They over there doing their thing. And I want to give a shout out, like I always do, because I always pay homage and I always show respect, right? Because that's what we do as men. We pay homage and show respect. We don't act like bitches and be over there fucking making people, in their feelings and try to hate on them. That's what the females do, that feminine ass hating shit. Men, we show respect and honor. That's what you do when you're at a high level. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these dogs. So anyway, my brothers and sisters overseas, when it comes to the working dogs, they at a higher level than us in America, to be honest with you. Okay. I just gotta keep it real with you. They are. And I don't hate on them because they are. Oh, man, we're in America. You think you guys are all that? Oh, no. I pay homage. Okay. So whoever this is, okay, I don't know this individual that did the video. It's in a whole nother language, but we got it dubbed. Shout out to AI, right? We got it dubbed to translate. Okay. But he does a breakdown of the Bullherder and the Molossoshepherd, which is something I've never even heard of. Have you, Reddy?
Nah. He calls it the Molossoshepherd.
Yeah, I think he called it is it the herder? Okay.
Yeah.
The Molossoshepherd. I thought it was a shepherd. Okay, so the herder. Okay. So I've never heard of the Molossoshepherd. Okay. Which is, of course, is a mastiff herder, right? But what was very interesting about the video is, he breaks it down in his way, very informative. And he has illustrations of the dog, which is, it's always good to have illustrations, right? So what we're going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, us top tier dogman engineers, we're going to watch the video, we're going to react to it, and then we're going to cook afterwards after we react to the video, okay? So probably in the middle, I might stop it, I might not, but we're going to watch it. Hey, please, gentlemen and ladies, pay attention in class, man. We're here to learn. We're not here to be entertained. We're not here for the shits and giggles. We're here to learn, man, because that's the only way we're going to create the next level dogs. We got to learn, and it's always good to find like-minded dog men and dog women who have the same thinking philosophy as ours. We're creators, right? We don't think in the box. We pay homage to the ones that created the dogs that we love, but we carry on the torch. It don't stop with them over here. So this video was very interesting. Did you like it, Reddy?
I loved it.
He loved it. Shout out to Rock Solid too, because Rock Solid slid me that as well. I was like, hey, coach, check this out. I said, man, thanks, Rock Solid. I appreciate that, man. You and Reddy must be on the same page because Reddy slid me that too. So, Rock Solid was on that wave too.
All right.
So shout out to Rock Solid. But yeah, man, we're gonna do a reaction video to this. So, sit back, get your popcorn, get your notes out. You know what I mean? Pretty good video. AI don't, you got to respect AI when it's trying to, translate another language and shit like that. So when it says something that you might not understand as far as the, whatever, use your common sense, use your critical thinking skills. Or hopefully you guys got the critical thinking skills on the way. Okay. All right. So let's do that and let's cook. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a full screen for us. Okay. And then I'm going to play. All right. So hope you guys enjoy, because I know I enjoyed it and so did Reddy. But, pay attention in class, shall we?
There are crosses that are born out of fashion and others that are born out of necessity. Today we will talk about the Bullherder and the Molossoshepherd. A beast created in the shadows, not to please, but to function. A dog born of work, shaped by chaos and trained to endure where others collapse. This is not a couch potato or a talk show dog. This is a street dog, for hard training in real situations. If you don't know how to control your energy, this dog will return it to you multiplied. Brace yourself because
Hey, Reddy.
Yo.
Chat. Look at them damn dogs right there. Just on the title. God damn.
Fire.
Come on, y'all. Just look at those damn dogs, man. But I digress. We'll keep it going.
this is not a documentary, it is a war report. Welcome to Illegal Hybrids. RAPA Project. Before starting with this great cross, I would like to clear up a question for you. Why put shepherd blood in functional dogs? There is something that very few people understand when we talk about functional dogs. It is not enough to be strong.
Why is Amazon paying me $63,000 a month? Well, I didn't make this kind of money selling yoga mats and toasters.
Wrong. It is not enough to be aggressive. In the real world, where there are no prizes or judges, what saves you is not just muscle, it is control, it is the mind, it is the reading of the environment. And that's where they come in, working shepherds like the Malinois, the Dutch Shepherd, the German Shepherd with functional lines, dogs designed not to bark, but to execute. Dogs that not only obey, they think, anticipate and act. But why introduce shepherd blood? Because a dog without control is a weapon without a trigger. You can have a PBT with a bite of steel, a Prisa with the physique of a tank, but if it has no head, if it has no focus, if it doesn't understand orders under pressure, then when the moment of truth comes, it will fail.
Okay, you heard what he said. Okay.
Yep.
These are the reasons why they do these hybrids, right? To add a certain type of genetic characteristic that another dog is lacking. So they're talking about the brain, the awareness, right? And it goes back to what we talk about when it comes to like my little motto or my foundation formula, which is frames,
and motor.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Reddy. You pay attention to class, and I hope you guys pay attention too, and understand that when I speak to y'all, it's coming from experience. When I speak to you guys, that's why I'm the coach. I speak from experience. So when I say frames, brains, and motors, it's for a fucking reason. And these guys overseas, he probably never heard of the coach. Maybe he has. I don't know. But he's talking about the brain of the dog and why they're using the Malinois, the Dutch Shepherd, the German Shepherd, because they want that awareness. They want that brain. That's why they're adding it to it. The Pit Bull or the Presa Canary, etc. But I digress. We'll keep it going.
A very clear example, Manuel Cortegracias Prisa Canario has genes from the Majorero Shepherd, Bardino Majorero. Working shepherds were molded for centuries to do one thing: read movement, respond to stress, control their impulses. A good shepherd is not only obedient, he is proactive, detects threats, observes patterns, and anticipates problems. And in the real working world, that is worth more than 100 kilograms of muscle. And what happens when you introduce a bull or molosser line? That's where the alchemy begins, as I call it. You have a dog that can bite with the force of a pit bull, but release on command like a Malinois. You have an animal that can run like a bullet, stop dead in its tracks, and come back to you with.
Hey, look at them damn dogs. Look at that
Serious.
shit.
That's serious work,
That's a
right?
work of art. That's a work of art. I mean, shit, this is a reaction video. I'm reacting, y'all. Look at that. Look at the mix. Look at the mix of that shit. You can see it. You can see the pit bull in that motherfucker. You can see the mal in it. You can see it. Oh, I love it. Let's keep it going, man.
Without hesitation. You have a companion that, instead of acting out of nervousness, acts out of calculation, and that, my friend, is priceless. That's why more and more underground breeders, true dog alchemists, are doing the unthinkable, infusing functional shepherd blood into guard, fighting, and defense lines to create hybrids that not only endure, they dominate. But what defines a working shepherd? Because as we all know, all purebreds usually have inbreeding and disease problems. Don't confuse them with a beauty shepherd, a show dog, or an Instagram kennel. We're talking about pure working lines, police breeders, trained in detection, intervention, and patrol. Dogs with steady nerves, a cool gaze, and an immediate response. A working shepherd knows when to move, when to wait, and when to go in to destroy. He doesn't charge impulsively. He charges because he's calculated and knows he's going to win. He's obviously no fool. When a shepherd crosses paths with a warrior, imagine that intelligence combined with the heart of a gladiator, the body of a bull, the jaw pressure of a bull, or the imposing presence of a molosser. This isn't just any dog, it's a beast created to survive and dominate. That's where the bullherder and the molosser herder come from. Because strength without control is weakness. If you're only strong, you're a brute. If you're only fast, you're nervous. If you're only aggressive, you're unstable. But when you have intelligence, reading, emotional control, and composure, and on top of that you add physicality, presence, and bite, that's where balance, true balance, is born. The dog.
Okay, y'all heard what he said, right? He just broke it down. He's doing the complete. And big salute to you, show enough. He's doing a complete breakdown, and that's how we think about it as engineers. It's a complete picture for us. Okay, that's why we mix dogs, right? Because we're bringing genetic characteristics together to make a complete dog. It's not always guaranteed. We've already talked about this. We've learned this. However, for us to get closer to our goal, we have to bring genetic characteristics in. And a lot of times you're going to have to do what those people used to do back in the day, where they was mixing breeds to create the breeds that we love today. Remember this, dog man and dog women engineers, every fucking dog that was created is a mixed breed. Every dog. Is that correct, Reddy?
That's a fact.
I know, okay, man, you know that. I'm chat. We know this over here. We know this. But
They're all inbred mutts.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what they claim, right? Because they don't know no better, right? They don't know no better. But over here, we know better because we use our brain. We study. We understand how dogs are created. We reverse engineer other dogs dogs that we love and breeds that we love. We reverse engineer to understand how those dogs that we love were created. So understand what this gentleman is talking about, you know, with these genetic characteristics of the Malinois or the different bull breeds that you're crossing. All these things is going to bring the collective outcome. We don't know if it's going to work, but that's the whole purpose behind it, right? So obviously he's talking about a reason. There's a rhyme or reason why they're mixing a pit bull or a Staffordshire Terrier, whatever bull breed with a shepherd breed, a Dutch shepherd, a German shepherd. There's a reason behind it. It's not no random shit. If it was a random ass cook up, not a random, let's say this. If it's a random ass, you know, your dogs got loose, you know, Frenchie got stuck with a goddamn whatever, then that's a mutt. But when it's calculated and there's a reason behind it, that's how every breed is made. I want you guys to understand this, because when you're out here pioneering like we are, you'll have fuckers who don't know shit about dogs tell you you breeding mutts. Okay? You'll have them tell you this shit and they're not qualified to talk. They wouldn't even be allowed in the classroom, right? But they telling you that you got a goddamn mutt. Okay? So don't ever let these individuals who don't know shit about how dogs are created, who don't have an engineer's mind, tell you that you can't cross what you want to cross to make the dog that you want. Okay? But I digress. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Dog that doesn't need to bark to intimidate. The dog that doesn't need to bite to control. But if it bites, it doesn't let go. And that's why before talking about the Bullherder or the Molossoshepherd, you had to understand this. I know that my way of speaking may exaggerate a bit what dogs are, but I live dogs, I see dogs, and this is the emotion they give me.
I got to stop here as a reaction, okay? Now, of course, we're translating what he said, because it's in Spanish, man, but he said, you know, it might seem like I'm exaggerating this shit, but I live dogs, I know. Did you hear that, Reddy?
Yep.
Okay, see, a lot of these commentators out here in the dog world, they don't know shit. You know why? Because they don't live dogs. They don't know dogs. They don't have a program. They don't have fucking dogs. Who are you to talk like you a fucking expert when you ain't got no goddamn dogs? You ain't got no program. So yeah, to you, spectator and commentator, you might think he's exaggerating. But you don't know shit because you ain't never been in the lab cooking. You ain't never got your hands dirty. You ain't never spent the money out. You ain't never sacrificed everything for your program. You ain't never failed to get the victory. You ain't never did none of that. No blood, sweat, and tears. No blood, sweat, and dog shit. Just running your fucking mouth. Just running your goddamn fucking mouth. I mean, it is what it is, man. But, you know, that's what this class was about. That's why it's so real and so genuine, man. That's why you got me, the player coach, right? I coach from experience. I don't coach from no hypotheticals. I don't do that. I coach from, because I'm in the field. I smell like piss and dog shit every fucking day. Do you? But let's keep it going. Sorry for the passion, Reddy. I'm sorry. Reddy, I'm sorry.
That's all good.
You know, I mean, you know, some people don't understand that. They're all coach too abrasive, coach too aggressive, coach too much. You know what I mean? This soft ass, weak ass, feminine shit we dealing with today. Let's keep it going.
They are not trendy crosses. They are not random mixes. They are living tools, products of years of selection, observation, and dirty work. Because here we are not talking about breeds. The dog that was born not to fail, and if you fail, you will pay for it. Origin and concept. The Bullherder has no official country. It is not recognized by any club, nor does it need to be. It was born in multiple places at the same time: the United States, Belgium, the Netherlands, South America, where there were shepherds hungry for functionality and where there were bull types hungry for real. This cross arose from a very simple question. What would happen if we mixed the brain of a shepherd with the heart of a gladiator? And the answer was devastating. There is no fixed standard, there is a functional logic. Each underground breeder seeks a mix that brings out the best of both worlds. It is believed that the police stole this idea.
Got a comment on this one, y'all. I got a comment on this one right here, right? Now, there's some spectators and shit, right, that will just speak out the side of their mouth, or they speak out the side of their neck, whatever it might be that they're speaking, and they'll say things like, I heard if you mix this with that, then it's a disaster and all this shit. They don't have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And people who are not versed in these dogs, and they are like young in the dogs, they might believe this stupid ass shit, right? But you're hearing people, like I said, overseas, there's people that's been doing this for many moons, and they know that this shit works. But there's people who ain't never fucking seen a Malinois in their fucking life, or a shepherd dog in their fucking life. What I mean by seeing it, they never owned one, never dealt with one, never dealt with the temperament. They only dealt with one dog, or they dealt with a dog that wasn't even of a caliber of a working dog, whatever they might have dealt with in their lifetime. And they speak on things like they the expert, okay? And I want you guys to understand that these people are here. It's the reality of the internet. And I don't want you all to get fucking flustered and fucking discouraged by these fucking dummies. Because they'll tell you shit, they have no clue. Who's going to tell you how to do a wheelie on a motorcycle if they never rode a motorcycle and did a wheelie? Why would you listen to them?
Right.
I'm just giving you guys that analogy. Same thing with the dogs, right? If they never had a Mal, if they never had a bull breed, if they never mixed one, they never owned one, never trained one, if they never did that, but they telling you that, oh, I heard this and I would never do this. Don't listen to them fucking idiots. Don't do it. Okay, because we talking to, like, that's why, shout out to you, Ready, man. Because like you said, we've been on this shit. But them boys overseas been doing this shit.
Right.
And if you go watch this video and you look at the comments, he got comments, they all in another language, but they all agree because they doing this shit. They're not talking about it. They're not, I heard, somebody told me, they're not doing that jibber jabber shit that the internet allows you to do. They got dogs. They cooking, they making the mistakes, they getting the victories. They doing the shit that we are doing as engineers. So I would never speak on something that I have no clue about like I know. But that's the way of the world. That's the internet, man. And I don't want us to get caught up in that shit. That's why I'm speaking like this to y'all in our classroom. We know better over here, okay? We know better over here. Don't get caught up in the fucking hype of people talking about shit. That's all they do is run their fucking mouth. Ain't got no proof to nothing, but they run their goddamn mouth. Sit y'all asses down and shut the fuck up. Let's keep it going.
From the most dangerous neighborhoods, from high-risk neighborhoods, where people with a poor track record of defending themselves from attacks and fights began to mix these two types, the working bull and shepherd.
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? You need the new
Breeds used. The most functional bulldogs come from these combinations. Belgian Malinois, weight 25 to 30 kilogram. Height 606 centimeters. Its ability, speed, reactivity, and intelligence. It bites with rage and precision. The D Shepherd, more robust than the Malinois, with a similar mentality, less nervous, more balanced in a straight line, brutal resistance and natural rusticity. American Pit Bull Terrier, the PPT. Weight 18 to 25 kilograms, height 45 to 53 centimeters. Its ability is a gain, it does not give up, it does not back down, pure power, pure emotional resistance. American Staffordshire Terrier Amsterdam. Heavier, more contained, excellent for having emotional control without losing strength. Less explosive than the PBT, but more family-friendly. The most powerful combination would be Malinois by a PBT and D Shepherd by Amist. Some even work German Shepherd with a PBT, but it is less reactive. Instinct and character. The Bullherder is not a dog with a good character, it is a dog with a strong character. It is like a live wire. If you know how to use it, it gives energy. If not...
Okay, I want to stop here, okay? Now, he was giving us the formula, right? And the reasons why They use the different types and the different crosses and what they've experienced, what they've gotten from those crosses, right? And this is why I always encourage my pit bull brothers, right, who were really into the dogs for they, being warriors in the box. But of course, we can't do that anymore, and you shouldn't be doing it anymore, right? You shouldn't be doing it anymore, right? Don't do the innuendos and the capping that y'all don't do it, but y'all still do it. No, but we shouldn't be doing it anymore, right? Because you should respect the dog a little bit more for your own pleasure, right? Because that's why we was doing that back in the day. I'm not gonna say we, because I didn't do it, but you're doing it for your own pleasure. It's not for the dog, it's for you. But with this, there's a reason, there's a method to their madness. And that's why I always tell y'all, like, if y'all want them warriors, you want to test what your dog can do, then cross over here. Okay, let me see if you can cook up a top tier dog. It's free. It's a free lane. We don't have to lie about the dogs we cooking with over here. And then we can test them over here now with the Bullherder, right? So they're telling you why they're crossing, what they're getting. And another thing too, shout out to some of the dog men, a lot of the OGs, they fucking with the mouths and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was watching PBK got another channel where he got his interviews. Big Dog TV, I think it's called, man. And it was one of the OGs who was really heavy in the game dogs and stuff. And he was telling his, his story, his history and all that shit, older guy and stuff like that. Y'all might've seen the interview, but long story short, he was telling PBK that he got a large, he said he got a large, he called it a large Malinois or something like that. It's a big, and he said, it's a real thing, but he was talking on, he's bragging on it. And he was talking about how, his son wanted to turn him on and stuff. And, this is an OG dog, man. He had all kind of dogs. I could tell he a dog man connoisseur because how he was talking. And I could tell he had his money right. He still got his money right. You know what I mean? So he's one of them OGs, like one of them uncles that was top tier. When you was younger, you saw your uncle you looked up to. He had all the shit. That's one of them OGs that was on the interview. And he was talking about the Malinois that he got. And he was bragging on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a guy who's in the game, pit bulls, had all kind of top tier shit. Dealt with all the fucking legendary dogmen, all the shit, all the shit you guys fucking listen to, wish y'all was a part of. That's who he was. But he was talking about this Malinois. And you know how the coach always tell you don't fuck with your dog until after a year, right? He was saying how the son was like, hey man, we need to fuck. He was telling the son like, no, it's already in him to do it. Nah. We don't need to turn them on, but he was bragging about the Mal because now he get a chance to see what that type of dog is like. And owning a Mal is not like owning a pit bull. Okay, just want to let you guys know this. You guys who so into your pit bull, okay, a Malinois, if you're not fucking strong in your mind, a Malinois, that's a smart dog, but that's a dog that'll kill your ass too. Okay, if you're not smart as a man in general or a one man, that dog will outsmart you and outstress you to the point where you can't handle it. The dog is too smart. That's not a one-trick pony where we inbreed it, so that they go in a pit and fucking do a crash dummy mission. That's not a Malinois, okay? A Malinois is a thinking dog and a dog that will outthink you and kill you, period. So with him breaking the formula down, why they use the Amstaff with the Dutch, or why they use the Malinois with the American Pit Bull Terrier, why they don't really necessarily like doing the, not to say it don't work, but like doing the Pit Bull with the German Shepherd. They've tested this already. You guys, they're doing this. And they're testing them and they're keeping dogs and they're seeing it and they're grading. I just want you guys to understand it. So if you dog men who love your pit bulls, okay, and you love the competition, and you want to compete, cross over. I've been saying this for a while now, right? Ready?
Yep.
Cross over. Come over here. Take your fucking top tier game dog pit bull. Go get you a Malinois, Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd. Go cook you up your own shit. Let's come over here. Let's compete now. Fuck all that talking shit. Let's compete and let's see whose dog is the ultimate dog. Let's see whose dog is the ultimate warrior. Let's see. Because these boys over here in overseas and in the South America, in Europe and all that, they've been doing it and they got some fucking top tier ass shit. And I want to come over there and I want to compete with them. I want to talk shit with them. Okay? I want to brag about my cook-ups, my own bloodlines. I'll pay respect to all the OGs who helped me get to my point where I bought their lines to add to my program. I'll pay respect because that's what we do. We men, we pay respect to other men or women. That's what we do. But at the same time, I want to earn my respect as a breeder, if I want to be called that, as an artist. And then I want to compete with others who really take their program and their craft and their artistry serious. The only way we can do that is we got to cross over. If you into warrior type shit, y'all in the pit bulls, y'all don't want to do the wall climb. Y'all don't want to do the weight pool. Y'all don't want to do the treadmill races. Y'all want that warrior shit. Come on, cross over, man. Cross over, take your blood. It's good. Go get you some top tier Malawal, cook it up, and let's create these man stoppers. Let's compete. Let's compete. Fuck all that talking shit. Let's compete. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to paper hang. It's all good. Let's compete. But you know what? You already know. Motherfuckers is scared to do that shit. You know why? Because you can't talk no more. There ain't no more talking. Let's take it to the spot. Let's do it. Let's see what we got to do. Fuck all that talking. But I digress. Let's keep it going.
It will electrocute you. It has a very high Bred drive. It needs to be channeled or it will do it alone. It is not a dog for boredom. It needs work, a mission, purpose, and a clear leader. It is not aggressive by nature, but if you provoke it, it does not hesitate. It has a mental game that surpasses many ring dogs. It is not a dog that barks, it is a dog that performs. Functional morphology. Forget about show aesthetics. This is where utility is measured. The head of the Bullherder is proportional, neither.
Hey, remember last week we talked about the show dogs?
Yep.
Talked about the working dogs?
Yep.
What'd he say? He said, forget about aesthetics. This ain't a show dog. It's about functionality over here. It's very hard if you're in any type of performance vehicles and you're competing in a performance way, whether it be racing on a drag strip, whether it be racing on a touring car. The functionality of that car is so important, but it's so hard because it's just the minute tweaks that gets you the dub.
Yeah.
Same thing with these dogs. It's easier for us to make a dog fit a look of a standard than it is to perform at the highest level.
Facts.
So take the looks out the equation. It's hard enough as it is to create the top tier performer. Trust me, it's hard. Okay, so we not in the show ring with these type dogs. Okay, for those of you guys who do show dogs, we do not knock you. We don't knock nobody over here. We're not haters. We're not feminine with our emotions. We're gonna salute you because you do show dogs. You're about function. You're about structure and all that shit. That's cool. You know what I mean? Respect. You're a weight puller. That's cool. You know what I mean? Whatever. But over here, high performance dog. We compete at a high level. Right over here, and specifically, we create war dogs and shit. Man stoppers and shit, you know what I mean? But I digress, man. I'll keep it going.
They're too wide like a show staff nor thin like a pure shepherd. Strong snout with a firm bite, scissors or pincer depending on the cross. Long and strong neck, good support. The chest is developed but not exaggerated. Good lung capacity. Straight or slightly sloping back. 100% explosiveness. Functional croup. Favors thrust. Long tail used as a rudder in quick turns. Functional weight 25 to 35 kilograms would be the most recommended. With a height of 55 to 65 centimeters. It all depends on the cross. The important thing is that it is compact, fast and responsive.
Watch what magnesium does to your bowels.
If you have to wipe more than 4 times after you poop, here's why.
Real functionality. The Bullherder adapts to many tasks, but it is not versatile by chance, but by directed genetics. Work areas, civil protection, private security, dogs, patrols on farms or urban areas, sport, monitoring, GP or PSA, dog, functional training partner and self-defense. Let's say it has the obedience of a shepherd and the directed aggression of a bull. It can stop suddenly or eat a target. It all depends on your imprinting ability. There is no off button, there is channeling. If you understand it, it becomes your shadow. If not, it becomes your karma. Unique quality. The Bullherder does not give up, does not stop due to noise, fear, pressure or fatigue. It has that extra that cannot be trained. It has it or it does not have it thanks to the functional line of the APBT. It is one of the few crosses where you can balance reaction intelligence, control under pressure, mental stability with functional aggressiveness. Forget it, there are no other dogs that have such a good balance. When you see a good specimen, you know it because it does not bark, it measures, it does not play, it calculates. It is the type of dog that does not warn when it is going to bite, it simply does it and then comes back to you as if nothing happened. Hybrid vigor. Technical explanation. Let's see, genetically the puppies of these litters are not all the same. Only 10–20% are born with the perfect balance. That is why it is not an official breed, it is alchemy. Since they are dogs, so diverse, the shepherd, fast, nervous and brilliant, and the bull constant, hard and resistant, the hybrid vigor appears when the specimen is born with the best of both.
You know we had to stop right there, right? Ready?
Vigor.
That hybrid vigor, you know what the coach was talking about 2 years ago. Okay, about that hybrid vigor and how important it is. And our brothers overseas, you know, that actually cook and actually make these dogs. Don't be just talking because it sound good, but they cooking. They know what hybrid vigor is. They got their notes out. They take their notes. They assess all their dogs. They test all their dogs. They say 10 to 20% might come out with that hybrid vigor. You know, it's not guaranteed. You know what I mean? All the shit that we've been talking about, like you said, Ray, they talking like we've been talking.
Yep.
You know, this is the stuff that's important. That's why we in this classroom over here. Okay, that's why we do what we do. That's why we talk the way we talk. You know what I'm saying? Because we really out here doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to understand that we're not the only ones thinking the way we think. We're not the only ones that's doing this shit. There's other people that got way more experience than I do, way more experience than probably you do, that's doing it, got fucking all kind of generations, all kind of lab experiments with different crosses, different notes that's taking off all their dogs, different statistics that's telling you that this shit is fucking fee-fi-fo from fire. Okay? Not no motherfuckers telling you shit that don't fucking do dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they telling you this shit is fucking the real. And I can see why, right? Our military go overseas to get their dogs. Because they really got real dog men that really got a real working dog mind that's creating these dogs. The United States is lazy. They lazy. They don't want to put no work in. Their brain don't work. Their brain, like I said, they get frustrated. When they don't get their formula right, they quit. Oh my God, I didn't figure out. Let me throw it in the trash. Let me just follow the leader. Let me follow what somebody else did it. Oh, they're making money. Let's follow that. They don't think about how to do it themselves and make their own shit like they do overseas. How they figuring out hybrid vigor because they crossing shit and making better shit. Come on, y'all. Come on, pay attention in class, man. I digress. Let's keep it going on.
Proportional head, high ears. Direct gaze, developed chest, but not excessively so, firm feet, functional musculature, clean attack reaction, without emotional overflow. The Bullherder is not for everyone. Don't buy it, you deserve it. If you don't understand what it's like to live with a dog that can defend you and destroy you at the same time, don't have it. If you know how to raise it,
Gotta stop there because it's a reaction
That's
video.
real shit right
Do
there.
not, what do you say? Do not live with a dog that can defend you and destroy you at the
And
same
destroy
time.
you at the same time.
That's over your fucking heads. That's over your fucking heads. Okay? You got to be a dog man connoisseur. You got to be in tune with alpha dogs. You got to be able to deal with them dogs that can probably kill you, but you got to control it. And you got to know how to do it to understand what the fuck he talking about. But if you ain't never touched these type of dogs and you got a yard full of one-trick ponies, you would never know this, right? You ain't never had a dog that overpowered. Like I said, if you ain't never owned an AK-47 like I have, and I've told you guys, okay, I ain't never been intimidated by a dog. Not scared, intimidated by a dog. There's a difference until I own AK-47 chopper. And what I mean by that is a dog that can defend you or kill you. That's intimidation. I'm not scared of him because he knows that I'm daddy. I raised him as a puppy. I've known his temperament, but as he got bigger and I saw his strength, I know his capabilities. Do you understand that? That's what he's talking about. A dog that can defend you and kill you at the same fucking damn time. Until you experience that, you won't get it. And that's why he said the Bullherder is not for everybody. That's why people who own Malinois tell you the Malinois is not for everybody. Okay? When you're dealing with dogs that's one-trick ponies, you think you got it because it's a one-trick pony. You ain't got to think. You ain't got to put no work in to correct the dog, to get the dog straight, to get the dog in check, right? You ain't been tested as a dog man. But with a Bullherder, he's telling you off the top, it ain't for everybody because, you know, you're going to get tested. And I believe him because I got a Malinois and a dog named AK-47 Chopper, the freak of nature that's intimidating to me as far as the fact that, you know what, if that dog don't understand who the fuck I am, which he does, it can get out of hand, okay? My wife can't handle my dog, even though my dog would never do nothing to my wife. She can't handle AK-47 Chopper. She can't. Okay, she's not afraid of him, and he's never going to do anything. But as soon as you start getting all, it's like a horse. You know what I'm saying? You get a horse, you got a big stallion, he feeling himself. You know, if you ever own horses and shit, he get kind of rears up and shit like that. You know, that shit's gonna scare my wife. If AK start biting like he do me, that's gonna scare my wife, even though she's not scared of him, right? That's gonna scare her. It's gonna intimidate her. I know what he's gonna do. I'm aware of it, so I don't let that put fear in my heart. I handle him accordingly. I know how to deal with him. I know his psyche. He wants me to pet him, so then if I don't do what he wants, then he bites. He's not trying to hurt me, but he's putting his energy on me. Like, motherfucker, you gonna pet me? That's what you do. You gonna pet me, daddy? Then what I do with him, reverse psychology. I'm like, I already know what you're doing to me. You trying to play me? I'm smarter than you. I'm the alpha. So guess what? I know why you're doing it. I'm not going to pet you. As soon as I don't pet him, then he act right. My wife, on the other hand, she feel them nips on her hand. She going to get scared. So I digress. You get what I'm saying, right? Ready?
Yeah.
Chad, I know y'all get what I'm saying, but I keep it going. Let's keep it going.
it will be your back. If you raise it badly, it will be your doom. When you see it in action, you understand that you are not in front of a dog, you are in front of a warrior. If you have reached this part of the video, let me thank you. Every day there are more of us who love the functional world of dogs. Thank you very much.
Drinking warm water before bed improves eyesight almost overnight. Thousands of people are already doing this.
Let's continue. While the Bullherder is pure dynamite, the Molossoshepherd is a slow-moving pressure mine. It doesn't need to run.
Okay, so now he's into the Molossoshepherd. This is something that's new to me. Okay, so pay attention to this. All right, where they're taking Molosser breeds and they're crossing them with Shepherd breeds, and their reason behind doing it. Now they've been doing this, dog men and dog women engineers. This is nothing new, right? There's a lot of commentators out here that want to tell you that when you mix breeds that you don't understand the temperament. See, when you don't do the shit, of course you can't comprehend, right? You ain't got the notes, you ain't never did it. But even though this is something that I've never done, cross a Molosser or Mastiff with a Shepherd, right? These gentlemen overseas have been doing it. Okay. And then with this guy's channel, which I'm binge watching, I know you doing that too, right? Ready?
Yep.
Okay. He got all kind of shit that will blow your fucking mind that they've been doing overseas. They've been doing that. Like what they do? Been doing, y'all. Okay. But see, when you're calculated and you're using the right DNA, right? You're not dealing with unstable dogs. If the two different breeds that you're dealing with are stable breeds and it's known in their fucking bloodline that they're stable, then why would you get an unstable dog?
Exactly.
Why? Because they're different breeds? That's what's going to make an unstable dog. Stop that shit. You don't make dogs. You don't know nothing. You ain't never bred nothing. You don't know shit. That's the world we live in today, y'all. That's the internet.
Yep.
And we don't buy into that bullshit because we do this shit real life. We actually do this shit people talk about. So I just, you know, that's why we reacting to this, because I want you guys to understand. All right, this is the classroom. You know what I mean? We cook, you know what I mean? We break shit down to build it up. That's what we do. We engineers. I want y'all to comprehend. There might be new dog men or new dog women that might be listening to this that don't comprehend and be over their head. That's why I like to break it down. That's why we stop him. We already know this. Me and Reddy know this. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this in the chat. But at the same time, there's people who's new. They come into this shit. They, you know what I mean? Oh, damn, it's over their head. But that's why we're breaking it down. All right? But let's keep going. But this is new, so let's pay attention to this. I learned this when I first watched the video. So shout out to Reddy on this.
It doesn't need to jump. It just needs to be present to change the environment. This fusion is not fast, easy, or light. It is for those who seek control, a royal guard, and a mind tempered by fire. Because the Molosser herder is not your friend, it is your shadow. And if you are its center, it will be your shield. Today I present to you a beast that is not seen very often, but when it appears, no one wants to face it. Origin and functional motivation. The Molos herder was born from a clear idea. To have a guard dog with restraint power, that does not lose its head, that does not bite on impulse, but on command, that does not block or run away or turn off. In other words, a cold, calculating, strong and loyal dog. It is not an official breed, it is a functional selection that appears in countries such as Italy, Spain, France, the United States, Serbia, and South America. Underground breeders who mix the best of the Molossoid with the most lucidity of the working shepherd. It is not common because it is not easy, but when it works well, it becomes a tactical jewel. Breeds used, functional Molossoids such as the Cane Corso, old lines 40 to 50 kilograms from 60 to 70 centimeters. Born guardians with a cold gaze, good bite, hold.
Hey, Reddy, is it Roughhouse Kennels, Reddy?
Yeah, do the Connie Corso.
Yeah, the Connie Corso, and they did the Connie Corso with the Malinois, the Dutch Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wonder if they knew that they were creating a Molosso herder, because what he's describing is what they did. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he even called it that, but I think he was calling his a bull herder.
Yeah. That's what they was calling that joint.
Yeah, but they did that. So if you guys don't follow Roughhouse, is it Roughhouse Kennels, Reddy? I don't know.
Roughhouse Connie Corso.
Roughhouse Connie Corso. Okay, if y'all don't follow Roughhouse Connie Corso, they did this cross. They did a Connie Corso either with a Dutch Shepherd or a Malinois, and they got these dogs, and they're doing pretty damn well. So what my brother over here is talking about overseas, they've been doing that cross. Okay, they've been doing that. But yeah, check them out. They got them. They got, they got their first generation. They working them, and they turning out amazing. They look amazing too, by the way. But I digress. Let's keep it going.
Tight. Holds and presses, territorial, intuitive, stable if raised well. Rustic Neapolitan Mastiff, not for show. We are talking about the most compact, less heavy functional type. Psychological presence capable of blocking threats with the body and maintaining pressure without getting agitated. Rustic, dominant, territorial functional Presa Canario, good structure for open fields or defense on farms. Now let's move on to working shepherds. As we said before, Malinois, select lines, the Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd from Czech or DDR lines, which are denser, more stable, less electric, very good working memory. The secret is in balance. Neither too moloid that it becomes clumsy, nor so much shepherd that it loses rusticity, instinct, and mind. And the Bullherder acts by reflex. The Molossoshepherd acts by reading. It has a real defense instinct, not one of play or excitement. It observes, evaluates, and only acts if it perceives a direct threat. Its aggressiveness is cold, it is not hysterical, it is not reactive to everything, but when it decides to enter, there is no turning back. It does not seek prey, it seeks control. It is more about stopping than chasing. Ideal for rural environments, perimeter security, and family defense. Functional morphology. The morphology varies according to the mix, but the functional pattern is clear. Large head, with developed jaws and deep bite. Marked stop, functional muzzle, not brachycephalic. Medium-sized eyes, direct guardian-type gaze. Broad and deep chest. Straight or slightly sloping back. Powerful hindquarters because it allows starting and blocking. Strong limbs. Thick but not heavy bones. Thick, long or semi-long tail, used for balance or expression. To talk about weight, look, I'm going to tell you clearly now. A functional dog should weigh a maximum of 57 kilograms. To me, dogs that weigh 60, 70, 80, up to 100 kilograms seem the furthest from a dog. They are no longer a dog. Therefore,
Okay, now he talked about the weight of the dog, right? We got to think about athletes. We got to think about performance. I like to always measure my reality of my program when it comes to Formula One racing cars. And, you know, they want to use strong materials, but they want it to be light, carbon fiber, to be exact. So same thing with our dogs as engineers. Yeah, them big dogs look all impressive because they're so big, but they're not the best performers. And that's what he's breaking down to you guys. And that's what we got to understand. Do not get caught up in the visuals. Okay? It needs to be functional for it to be a high performance working dog. Okay? Pay attention in class. We are not here for the wow factor. I had to slap myself in the face as a dog man who was trying to create a bulldog that had that fucking wow factor, but I was trying to make it high performance. I had to slap myself in the face and wake up. Coach, you don't, that's not reality. Yeah, it looks good, but that's not a high performance dog. So as them boys overseas, salute Bando, them boys overseas, they really doing this. They've probably had it when they, you know, you're mixing these dogs, you know, you're going to get some of the ones that's heavy on the Molosser. You're going to get some of the ones that's heavy on the Shepherd. You're going to get some ones that's more, you know, like damn near 50-50. You can get all of them because, you know, and, you know, it's the variance that we talk about. So if you're testing everything that we always tell you to do, and you might got that dog that's aesthetically, visually, phenotypically the type of dog that you like to see, but then that dog that's smaller is outperforming it. If we're all about performance, and that's what it's all about for us, it's performance at the highest level, why would I ever pick that dog that's aesthetically pleasing to me if it's not outperforming a dog that is smaller, but it looks okay, but it's smacking my other big dog that I love visually in performance? Why would I pick that dog over the performance dog? It don't make no sense.
Nah, it don't.
And that's what all of us need to understand as engineers creating high performance working dogs. Don't get caught up on the phenotype. What I mean by that is visually appeasing. Don't get caught up in that. It's all about functionality and what's going to give me the maximum level of performance. I know you get it, right, Ready?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ready. Chat, I know you guys get it too, but you know, I digress. Let's keep it going. I digress. Let's keep it going.
The functional weight for these specimens is 35 to 50 kilograms or a maximum of 57 kilograms, with a height of 60 to 70 centimeters. No exaggeration is sought. Power is sought without loss of mobility, real functionality. The Molossoshepherd was not created for sport, it was created for real situations. Perimeter guard on farms, rural or industrial areas, a deterrent companion dog without being a slave to training, civil protection for breeders with the right imprint, a well-socialized family dog with a protective function in military or security contexts, crowd control, psychological presence. It does not have the reactivity of a pure Malinois, but it compensates with presence, self-control, and a capacity for pressure that imposes its special quality, its emotional temperament. It does not collapse easily, does not panic, does not disconnect, knows how to be, knows how to endure, knows how to impose. Its instinct is not blind, it is selective. It can be in the middle of a family and only activate when something smells bad. It is the type of dog that does not charge at the first noise. It has what few have the ability to save energy, to know how to dose itself. It does not get overexcited.
My husband used to ejaculate prematurely until this.
You know you don't have to come all the way to the pharmacy to get your...
Excited. It is a dog that thinks before acting, and when it acts, it finishes. Hybrid vigor. Functional explanation. When you cross the best specimen, it is neither clumsy nor crazy. It is a dog that seems to be asleep, but sees everything, and when it gets up it is too late to run. The ideal hybrid vigor would be erect or semi-drooping ears, a firm gaze, a square head, a strong neck, a marked chest, heavy but stable movement, without clumsiness, accepted command, without conflict, intelligence plus respect. It can live with children, other animals, but do not challenge it. The Molossoshepherd needs no introduction. It enters quietly. It guards the house, guards the family, guards your life. It is not made to show tricks. It is made to be there when you need it most. It does not have 10,000 likes. It does not win medals, but I swear that if someone enters your property, it will act better than a Cane Corso or a German Shepherd. It is the balance between a gladiator who supports and a sentinel who watches. It is the guardian who does not yawn, and when you sleep it is awake. That is the Molossoshepherd. And if you're not prepared to raise them with structure, respect, and firmness, it's better not to try, because a beast without a master becomes a punishment. I thank you for staying this far. I know this video has been long, perhaps too long, but I needed to do it this way. I needed to speak from the heart because everything I say here may sound a bit exaggerated, it may seem like poetry or even fanaticism, but if you haven't experienced it like I have, if you haven't trained, raised, failed, and started over with these dogs, then you'll never understand it.
Ready, I know you heard that, right, Ready?
Yep.
Chat, I know you heard that, right? You know, I mean, shit. You know, he said it facts. You know, if you haven't trained, owned, succeeded, or failed with these
Started over. Yeah.
then it sounds like a foreign language to you because you don't have no experience with these type dogs. So you're not qualified to speak about dogs like this. This is above your mental dog man pay grade, above your dog man or dog woman experience. So when you talk about high performance dogs, or you talk about hybrids, or you talk about hybrid vigor, make sure you have experience so you can talk with some level of expertise. We're not talking about the highest level of expertise, but we're talking about your experience, which gives you a level, whether it be level 1 or level 10 of expertise. So of course he's got to summarize this whole concept of a hybrid bull herder and Molosso shepherd or Molosso herder. He's got to summarize all the experiences that they've had doing these type dogs, creating these type of dogs, you know, getting to a level and then failing at a level, but they're not giving up, right? Because they have a vision and they know that eventually they will get it. You know, that's why he apologized to some of the people that might come across his content and be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, let me check it out. And then he's talking a foreign language. Not literally, but in dogman engineer talk. Okay. So we over here, we understand and we comprehend over here, but this is a classroom setting over here. So then we have to break it down for those who don't necessarily comprehend. And there's nothing against you if you come here to learn and you don't comprehend. But if you come here as a Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all and don't know a goddamn thing, sit your ass back the fuck down and pay attention to class, because you don't know shit without no experience. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing that anybody got to say about what this man is talking about when it comes to these hybrids until you cook one up your motherfucking self. Okay, because that's what I do. That's what we should all do. If we don't know, keep your motherfucking mouth shut. I don't care if I agree or disagree with it. I don't know nothing. I got no experience. So why am I speaking? I got to shut my mouth. And it's okay to be that type of individual. You ain't got to run your mouth every time because you got an opinion. But this guy had to apologize, because that's what the coach has to do for being an aggressive coach, being a passionate coach. I got to apologize to the system, motherfuckers, because they don't get it. They don't have the passion for nothing. They ain't never sacrificed for shit, right? They don't have a vision. They ain't never fucking persevered through the blood, sweat, and tears for nothing. So there's no passion in what they speak. So when they hear somebody like myself speak aggressively, they get in their fucking feelings. But I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Okay? Because I really do this, man. I really do this shit. I really want to elevate my program. You guys should be passionate about your programs, about your dogs. You know you're not going to always win. We get it. There's going to be a lot of losses before the wins. We get it. We understand it. But your vision got to stand firm. Your course got to stay straight. Your work got to be consistent. Okay? There's no shortcuts in this dog shit. None. None. Whoever told you that shit is capping. Don't believe the cappers. A lot of them out here in the world, man. A lot of they cast spells. They cast these spells of words, and people get caught up in word play, word salads versus the work, right? The victories and the failures. They don't get caught up in that because they don't want to see that. They don't want to experience the victories and the failures. They only want to experience the victory. How are you going to get victory without failure? How would you even know what a victory is or was without failing? But shout out to you, Reddy, for bringing this to me, because like you said, they own what we've been talking about. We've been talking about it, but you know what? This brother over here overseas, he put it in illustration. That's why I wanted to share it with you guys. He illustrated to make you guys more, interactive and want to, keep your attention span, because now versus it just being a lecture in the classroom, you can actually visualize what the man is saying. But he's saying what we've been teaching all along. And I've already professed this stuff to you guys, professed it, prophecy about the bull herder. Because of our love with the American Pit Bull Terrier out here in the United States of America, our love for it, and us, having to change clothes and change the image of the American Pit Bull Terrier, of the, the warrior, to now, whatever you want to put your American Pit Bull Terrier as image. I professed with the love of the Malinois and the shepherd breeds and all these gentlemen and ladies who's doing their training, and I've been following them. I love it. Very competitive. This is the wave. This is going to be the wave of the future here in the United States. They already killing it in overseas. We behind over them, and that's why we give them their flowers, because they into the working dog. They into the working dogs. They're not into paperwork. They're into the dogs. Us over here, it's superficial in America. It's all superficial shit. It ain't real. It's not real organic. It's not about what it's all truly about, which is the dog. It's not about the dogs. It's about, clout and, status and shit like that. Shit that don't fucking matter. Now we got a chance to play ball now. It's like, it's a square. It's ground zero. It's ground zero. We can write our own history now. Dog men, dog women. We can write our own now with these boys, and we can use the best fucking warrior dogs on the planet. The Malinois, which is probably rated the best shepherd of all shepherds right now. Would you agree or disagree, Reddy?
Yep.
I agree. I mean, shit. I study a lot of shepherds. I watch a lot of people who got shepherds, and right now the Malinois is damn near number one with the Dutch. So we got the number one shepherd dog. The ultimate bull breed dog is the American Pit Bull Terrier. Now we get a chance to combine them both. And then test them too. You can test them now without going to jail. Ethically. If you're really good at what you do, like I'm trying to be, we could probably get a damn government contract or a city contract with the police department. If we want to talk shit about our dogs, we can compete. And be ethical about it. But let me finish this, and then we're going to, summarize what we just watched. But let's carry on.
This is not a channel about pretty dogs. This is a channel about real functional dogs, from the streets, from breeding with soul. So thank you for your time, and I sincerely apologize if it got long, but when you love what you do, when you live it, there's no script that can cut it short. See you in the next episode, and remember, a functional dog is not bought, it is forged, and if you do it right, it changes your life.
All right, let me put us on the screen here. Bam. All right, man. So, ready, caveman? I'm ready since you introduced me to the channel. I'm gonna let you elaborate first. You know what I'm saying, caveman? If whatever you might want to add to it, please do. Chat. Y'all participate as well. But go ahead, caveman. Ready? Go ahead. Come on, man. I digress. Go ahead and say what you got to say, man.
Basically, the Bullherder is the number one working breed at a high level, the highest level that could be possible. And it functions, it does all of the manageable work in the field and in the home if it's applicable to do home duties. It could do those too, but it's more workable in military where it could really show its skills off. And these guys overseas are cooking at a high level. They've been doing this for countless years, maybe a decade, maybe 2 decades. They've been using different shepherds, different bull type breeds, they've been what? They've been messing up. Then they have to go back in the lab, cook again, maybe get some good ones. They testing all of the breeds, bringing them back in, getting the superb dogs, the elite dogs, working those dogs. Then one guy was like, maybe like, yo, let's bring the Connie Corso in there, see what that hit like. And they got some bigger joint, but they seen that joint wasn't like how the Bullherder was running this joint. They're like, this joint maybe for like homework, like home territory. It's going to be home protection, where it's going to be with the family. It's going to be sticking next to them. It's going to do all the outside of the home territorial work. It's not looking for like the adventure like the Bullherder. They had to go in the lab with those. They had to get all the mastiff types and run those to the shepherds. What they said, the Dutch shepherd, that was like a little bit more like calmer, a calmer mix with them. So it wasn't all antsy and extra like the Malinois. The Malinois is going to be that fiery type. It's going to give you all that fiery drive that you might look for. And then the German Shepherd, they said it was less receptive of the two, of the three, matter of fact, of the three. So that be like more like a calmer drive than the other two. So you be able to like train that shit a little bit easier than the other two. It'll listen quicker response. That's what I think with the German Shepherd. Because the other two are a little bit more fiery. That's
Yeah,
what I got right now.
yeah. Well, and now how do you feel about that Molossoshepherd though? Being that the Molosser herder, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
like
Being that we
that's
just
that new shit right
yeah,
there.
I ain't never heard of that one before. That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Yeah, I think new Dog Man got those though. Because he got Fila and Malinois.
Is a fila a Molosser?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's like it's Mastiff Hound.
it's a
Like
Brazilian
Mastiff
Mastiff.
Hound.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Of
that
course,
that's
those are Italian Mastiff. You got the English Mastiff, Brazilian Mastiff,
yeah, that's the first time I heard of
Canary
that.
Island Mastiff.
Yeah. What do you think about what we just watched, K man? Them boys overseas
Yeah,
with
that just goes to prove what we've been preaching and what we've been practicing all along. Hybrid vigor and matching two breeds that complement each other.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
watching them little Malinois work. You know, you got to be watching them little dogs work. Same with a pit bull. Man, if I had a dog that was like that was 120 pounds, I'd have something, you know. So that's what they do. And then they pick a dog like a Mastiff that's got a hard temperament. You know, they can take that pressure and got the physical abilities.
It's good for us because it's more confirmation that we not, because like I said, over here in the US, it's like the motherfuckers is soft as shit. You know what I'm saying? So their mentality don't get why people cross these dogs and and the people overseas, they're actually working these dogs. And kind of like what New Dog Man was saying, like over there in Europe, they can't have guns, right? They don't have the right to bear arms like we do in the United States. So they use their dogs. So they have to have these dogs do what they're doing because that's their form of protection is their dogs.
Yeah.
You know, so they've had all the German Shepherds, they got all the Mals, they got the Dobermans, right? Because, you know, that's originated out there in Europe damn near, right? So for them, they're experiencing these pure breeds and, you know, over time, you know, inbreeding depression, it happens. And the dogs don't, you know, show you that grit that you want to see, then they go in the lab and create these hybrids. And then they're getting these dogs with these hybrids that are outperforming these purebreds. But see, over here in the United States, a lot of people aren't even using their dogs for what they're bred to do. So how would you know that you got a top tier dog if you're not competing with it in any form of fashion or you're not using it for what it was bred for? How would you know?
You wouldn't.
But if you ain't got a gun, you're right, and you know, and you got to protect your family, and you got property or whatever, and they deal with crime just like we do. You know, shit, their dogs is taking live bites. That's why them bullies got banned over there because them boys in the UK is using them dogs as protection dogs. You know, they doing live bites for real. It's not a game for them. That's their gun.
Yeah.
And it's just like us with any type of weapon, right? You know, you don't manage your weapon right. The wrong person gets your weapon. Your kid finds your gun. You got it off for safety. He playing with it. Boom. There's an accident. Same thing. A kid come around a goddamn protection dog. The dog don't know no better. The dog's like, oh, this is a threat. Kill it. You know, that's what they dealing with in the UK. Because that's their weapons is their dogs.
Yeah.
But what I loved about this for us is that these guys and gals over there overseas, they're actually doing this because they're doing it for a reason. They've done it, like you were saying, Reddy, maybe a decade, 2 decades, however many years they've gone doing it, and they've witnessed dogs getting better through hybrid vigor. And so for them to say these hybrids will outperform your fucking purebreds, they're not capping. They're not biased. They testing the purebreds versus the hybrids. They're testing them. Are we in the United States testing these dogs? No. Most people just talking about dogs and they never even owned a dog before. They, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers ain't got a palate like you, caveman, of dogs. Or a palette like me of different type dogs. They don't have that. They got maybe 1 or 2 breeds, or like New Dog Man or whoever else got multiple different breeds of working dogs. They don't have it to have an experience to even comprehend what a working dog can do, what a different breed of working dog can do, what the differences are, what the temperaments are. You know, they don't even know that because they never experienced it. Overseas, they're actually using these dogs to do a job. So they're not biased because, oh, this is a purebred and the purebreds are the best. No, they're like, which one is going to do the job for me the best? This cross or this purebred? They test them on the cross, not bias. The cross is winning. We rocking with these crosses. So, I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not. But if you are closed-minded as a dog man or a dog woman, we as the United States dog men and dog women, okay, we will never progress in working dogs. The reason why the American Pit Bull Terrier was what it was in the days that it was is because they was really competing with them dogs back in the day. And it was at a high level because there was a lot of money involved. These boys overseas that's got these premier Malinois, premier Dutch Shepherds, premier German Shepherds, premier whatever, that they selling these military damn dogs. They selling their dogs for $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 for a 1-year-old dog to governments. They dealing with the premier shit because they really working them dogs. You think the government would go over there and spend that type of money if they wasn't real working dogs?
Oh no.
But if we don't have that type of program, we don't have them type of genetics, we don't have that type of outlook in our programs and building our dogs, then we will never supersede our fellow brothers and sisters overseas with their programs. We'll never pass them. We will never. Because we don't have the same mentality. We don't have the same vision. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the slow and steady win the race. We don't have the patience, the wherewithal. We don't have none of that over here. Everybody wants shit right now without the work, without the sacrifice. It don't work that way. And I want you guys and gals and whoever watching us to understand that it's a process. And when I saw them boys overseas doing that with the Bullherder, and of course my program wasn't going in that direction. It was going in the direction I was moving in, van dogs, whatever else, my pit bulls, my pit bullies, and all the things I was doing at that time mentally, my bulldogs, right? But then I was paying attention to what they were doing and how they were competing. I'm like, I like this. I got the recipe myself. I got my own recipe. I want to do this. It's not new, but it's kind of a newer concept over here in America, even though it's not new. But the concept is kind of new here in America. I can kind of be on the ground floor of it. Cause I like that. That's me. I like being on the ground floor of things. I'm a builder. So I like being on the ground floor of shit. And I can be transparent and don't lie. You know, I'm not gonna lie about my dogs anyway, but you know, we have a environment where that's okay, where you can be truthful. That's the direction that I was like, you know, I'm moving in that direction. I'm going in that direction. Fuck all the bullshit. I'm going in that direction. And to see it picking up steam. Hey, remember I sent you guys in the group chat. Our boy K9 Matt, he doing another Bullherder breeding. He doing another one.
That's how you know that joint's the way.
Bro, it's picking up.
Shit like that. Yeah.
It's catching on. They're not doing it for no reason. They doing it because the shit's working. They're getting the grit. They're getting the smarts. They're getting the toughness, the mental awareness. They're getting all these things. They're not freestyling. They watching the boys overseas already got some shit. They already got 3-4 generations of the Bullherders. They watching them, and them dogs are getting better and better. They watching that shit. We just now catching on over here. But I'm glad that people are doing their thing. I'm glad that people are stepping outside the box to create the circle and creating this movement over here in the U.S. because, you know, we got some catching up to do. Dog men and dog women of the United States. But guess what? Over here, we're going to pay homage to those that's doing it and setting the wave. We're not going to hate on them. I definitely want to compete in the future, but I'm never going to hate. We're better dog men than the boys overseas. No, we not. No, we not. Not when it comes to working dogs, we not. Maybe to, aesthetically pleasing looking dogs, maybe the largest type dogs, the freakiest looking dogs. Maybe that's how we are to the other dog men, but not when it comes to working dogs, we ain't better than boys overseas. So I wanted us to watch this video. Shout out to Reddy. Because I wanted you guys to see what we've been talking about all along. Them boys overseas is doing it. And they're talking from experience, not from hypotheticals, not from what they heard somebody talk about, and not because of their feelings and they don't like this. They don't like it when people mix dogs. If you mix dogs, you got mutts. You know, they're not talking from an emotional standpoint, right? Like the feminine energy of the dog world today. They're talking from experience. And that's why I told Reddy, it's like, we're going to do a reaction video, Reddy. Thank you for sharing this with me. Because I want you all to see this here, that you know what? You and your program, whatever you cooking, however you cook it, you on the right track. Stay on that. Who gives a fuck if they don't get it? Other people who don't get what you're doing. Who cares? You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you and your program. Stick with it. Stick with it. Because without you, without me, without all of us, there will never be a progression in dogs. Dogs will digress. There'll be a whole bunch of inbreeding depression. There'll be a whole bunch of fucking follow the leader ass dog men and dog women. The dogs will go downhills, all kind of health problems, all kind of shit going wrong because they don't even know how to make dogs. They have no clue on a functional working dog. They have no clue how to make one. They'll just keep breeding themselves down the toilet. And even with the game pit bull, right? The old timers didn't tell you that they had. See, the old timers didn't tell you that they was crossing other shit in there, man, because they didn't want you to know their recipe. But trust and believe, all that inbreeding, they was dealing with the retarded dogs. They was dealing with inbreeding depression. Trust me, they was dealing with that. They're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna throw something in there to fix it, and then not tell you they did that. And tell you that they just kept inbreeding, and paper hanging. That's what they're going to do in the pit bull community. You just don't know that. So you might think in your mind, oh, the pit bull is the most inbred dog. Says who? Says the paperwork? We know that shit's a lie. Because keep inbreeding the dog and see what happens. That's what I said. When you have experience, keep doing it and see what the fuck happens. When you make a breed, it's a group of people that has the formula. Remember we were talking about how to make a breed? There's a group of people that has the breed formula, and they get different dogs from different families of the same breed, and they cook, and then they fucking take those puppies of that group and they breed them together. Because they're different family of dogs, and they breed those dogs together so that they don't get inbreeding depression so soon, so fast. If you don't have that concept in your program, and you just take your family of dogs and you keep breeding brother and sister and mother and father, daughter and son over and over again, watch your fucking dogs deteriorate. I promise you they will. But if you don't got no real program, you ain't never been in the lab, you wouldn't know that. You're just talking. That is the dog game of today. Talking. So I always tell you guys, pay attention in class. Pay a fucking attention. Use your brain. Think. Use critical thinking, not emotional thinking. Be critical about the things that you're trying to put together. Okay? Break it down, make it make sense. Then try it. Then assess what you've tried and produce. And if you fucked up, put in your notes, I fucked up. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to your program. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. You made a mistake. It's okay. But in the meantime, there's a purpose why we do what we do. We're trying to progress. We're not trying to regress. We're trying to progress. If we're going to do an inbreeding, we know why we're going to do an inbreeding. We know what we're going to see. We're not going to keep inbreeding. If we do an outcross, we know why we're doing an outcross. We're not just going to keep outcrossing. If we're going to line breed, I mean, come on, you guys. Come on, y'all.
Gotta make it make sense.
We smart over here. We're not dum-dums. We're not sheep over here. We pioneers. We shepherds. We set the tone. We set the trends. We progress the dogs. That's what we are over here. Okay? We're not afraid to try things. We're not afraid. Why are we afraid? We're scientists. That's what we do. That's what a scientist does. They try shit. They experiment. That's what we do. It's okay. Ain't nobody gonna hate on you and say, oh, you're trying to make a mutt. We know that's how every dog is made. Mixing breeds. We get that. We understand what hybrid vigor is and why it works. We get it. I just don't want you guys, again, to get discouraged by all this talking that we hear on the internet today. So many unqualified people talking about things they don't do. Okay? Do not get caught up in the unqualified conversation. It might sound sweet to your ears, but if they ain't got no motherfucking resume, throw that shit in the trash. Okay? Throw that shit in the trash. It's garbage. Okay? Now, if they're going to be an honest commentator, then, we give them a little bit of credit. If they're honest about their commentary. But if they're just talking, all that word salad shit, throw that shit in the trash. It means nothing to us who really do dogs. And when the Bullherder takes off in the U.S., remember, we've been talking. See, come on, that's what we're going to always do because this classroom has been consistent. We're going to remember, Reddy's going to say, Coach, remember we was talking. That's what Reddy's going to say. He's like, Coach, remember we was talking about they was going to do this? That's what Reddy's going to say. Coach, remember we said 2 years ago this shit was going to be what it is? And we should be happy that we're able to talk like this because we are going to help the future dog men and dog women follow a blueprint. They can be inspirational. We don't want to, we don't want to cloud their dog vision. We don't want to tell them, oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, that's going to be trash. We don't want to tell the future dog men and dog women, our young dog men and dog women, that they can't dream and have visions and make better dogs. It might be the Bullherder, it might be the ultimate dog, somebody might come up with a whole nother fucking cross that might fucking smash the Bullherder.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate on them. Because we made the Bullherder what it is in the United States and we capitalize on it, and we want to have a monopoly on the hybrids and shit and say, oh, only our hybrid is the best. I would never say that. Because I want to see somebody make a better hybrid than me. Because you know what I'm going to do if I'm still in the game? I'm going to go back in my lab and make a better one than them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm competitive like that.
I say that's what you got to do. That's what I'm about ready to do. I'm about ready to say I have the best dogs. Prove me wrong.
And that's what you're supposed to say, caveman.
And that's the only way I can get you to make better dogs.
But you know what they'll do to you, caveman? You know what they'll do to me, caveman? You know what they'll do to y'all, chat? Ready? They're going to say, oh, no, you don't. You got mutts.
Yeah, and they won't even compete with you.
Well, because most of them don't even have no fucking dogs to compete with.
Yeah. I've been dealing with this bullshit for years, and that's always how I'm going to put them up. No one ever does.
Because they don't have dogs. It's like I said, it's the internet. It's just talking. It's just talking. And people love to get fucking casted spells on them with people who love to just talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's a different world we live in now because of social media. It's so easy to run your mouth and have a platform. And people are so wanting to be entertained. They don't want to put the work in like you putting in. Like myself and whoever else is doing it. I know New Dog Man got a lot of dogs. I know a lot of you guys got a lot, dogs. So y'all putting work in. Okay. They don't want to put work in because that's where it's going to be hard. The work. So I can tell you, okay, man, your dogs are mutts, or coach, your dogs is mutts, and ready. You can't do that. You only got fucking 2 different breeds, ready, or whatever. People gonna tell you everything outside of what they're actually doing. And then, like you said, well, then let's compete. Let's compete. Oh, we can't do that. So I'm grateful for us. I'm grateful for this classroom that we have. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for the minds that we have here in this classroom because all of you inspire me because of what you guys are doing in your own programs. I'm hoping I'm inspiring you all. And I hope that we are all collectively ready to fucking push through this whole fucking movement that we doing with the high performance working dogs to make top tier working level dogs. It's going to take time. It's going to take money, effort. It's going to take a lot. But if we stay the course, oh man, it's just, man, I see the future becoming what it needs to be when it comes to high performance working dogs. I see us being in the forefront of the dog movement, period. Right now, it's still the designer dog. Eventually, it's going to be the ultimate working dog. Eventually. But, we got to deal with all the naysayers, the haters, and the spectators, and the commentators. We got to deal with that. You guys got to have tough skin. You guys can't be fucking pushed off your track. Can't get discouraged. You can't quit.
Hey, remember where you seen the LGD herder first, too.
The LGD herder. Okay. What you do? So what you gonna do? Ready? I mean, not ready. K-Man, I'm sorry. What you gonna do? K-Man, what you got?
I've already done it.
You did the LGD. Oh yeah, you already did. That's right. You sure the fuck did.
Yeah.
You did. That's right. Well then, I mean, K-Man, I always tell you, brother, you gotta do the show and tell, my friend, because even though you know what you got, the world don't. So you have to do that. And it's going to take time for them to catch on to you because you're ahead. Same thing with me. I've been doing my thing for the longest, but it took a while for the world to find me. But I stayed consistent in their face. The same thing you got to do, K-Man, and all of us. We got some shit that the world don't know about. Yeah, it's going to take some time. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of haters. Yeah, the algorithm might not find you, but eventually over time, they'll find you. And then as you keep promoting yourself, you'll get better at promoting yourself. You get better at it. You'll find ways to get yourself out there. Find the right people that's going to follow you and all the shit. And then all of a sudden, you finally catch that wave. It's like, it's like surfing and shit. You go out there, you try to find the right wave. You see the wave come, you start paddling and shit. Oh shit, you start paddling. Okay, I caught it. You stand on your surfboard, but then that wave kind of breaks and shit. Oh, well, it don't stop there. You gotta get back out there and do the same shit. So I encourage all of you, especially you, K-Man, to fucking do the show and tell, man. And then be patient on the process of people finally catching on because you're ahead of them. They can't comprehend what they see, so they're not really going to buy into it until they fucking finally get it. It's just how it always is. And, it is what it is. Eventually they're going to get it. But if they don't get it, fuck them. I don't give a fuck. I got it. I'm happy. I see my shit working. And you all need to be okay with just that, even if you don't catch on, even if they don't get it. You should be okay with the fact that you're happy with what you produce and you're okay with it. And whether they applaud me or they fucking boo me, I'm okay with that too. Hey, Bando said some real shit. He said, I can't lie. A couple have came by and seen my dogs in the flesh. All I can say is I have some nice shit. So if a mutt outworks a purebred dog, what does it say for that mutt and the purebred dog? Well, I mean, again, it's about performance. It's always been that way. And if you're hiring someone for a job and one, qualifies on paper more than the one that doesn't qualify on paper, but you do the job test and that one that doesn't qualify as much on paper outperforms that one that qualifies more on paper, who are you going to hire? The one with the degree that don't perform as good, or the one without the degree that outperforms the one with the degree? Which one we gonna hire?
Without the degree.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We got to use our critical thinking, our common sense. Common sense. Men and women of today don't use their fucking brains. They have no common sense. I won't allow you dog men and dog women in my classroom not to use fucking common sense. I'll call you out on that shit. So that's what that means, Bando. Common sense says the mutt is getting the job done. So I'm choosing the mutt. Common sense. Not the one with the purebred pedigree. Give a fuck about those. Who cares about that? But us superficial Americans who don't do no work, as lazy as fuck like they dogs. Oh man, look at the pedigree. Oh man, the pedigree. What does your dog do? Fuck the pedigree. What do you do? You and your dog don't do shit, but you got the pretty pedigree? Kiss my ass. Get the fuck out of here. So we know better over here, y'all. You know what I mean? We know fucking better over here. And you guys got to be okay with the fact that we know better. And, a lot of people aren't going to comprehend what we know. You need to be okay with that. It's okay. You ain't got to get in a word battle with them. You ain't got to prove nothing to those people, man. Just do what the coach do. Sound good. That's how I deal with them fuckers. Sounds good. Because all they doing is talking to me or typing. What'd you type? Sounds good. Let me see the dogs. What kind of dog you got? Oh, my dogs occur, but we can't compete and see whose dogs really occur? Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, your dog would do something to AK? Sounds good. Let me see your dog. Oh man, look at what? That's your dog? Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, you ain't even got no dogs? Wow. But my dogs occur. Sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you guys got to take this dog world we living in today. You got to take it like that. Like, these people just talking. You can't get your emotions tied into people who be talking. And that's another reason, like I told y'all, why I'm moving into the Bullherders, because Fuck all that talking. Let's compete. You got the best dog? Okay. You gonna put some money and some time in training your dog? Cool, man. You know, they got these events coming up, these different type of competitions coming up. Let's go and let's train our dogs and let's go and enter into these competitions. Let's see who's got the best. See, that's where I'm headed. Spend some money on your dogs. Put some time in on your fucking dogs. Because see, and when you get into this arena that I'm about to get in, you got to put money and time in. You just can't just talk this shit. You got to put money and time in. You just can't have your dog sit on a chain. You just can't have a pretty pedigree. You got to put work in, time, and money in to compete. So now if you want to talk shit, now we're going to go and let's compete. But you already know those people ain't going to get in this arena. Because they ain't got the time, nor do they have the money. They don't have the time to put into their dogs, nor do they have the money to compete.
Word.
So shout out to my boys overseas. You guys are setting the standard. You guys are making the dogs. You guys got quality dogs. Y'all unified, and then you guys compete. Respect, respect, respect. All of the above. Respect, respect, respect. You guys got your warrior dogs. Your pit bulls are illegal. What are y'all doing with your pit bulls? You're crossing with your Malinois, so now you can have the best of both worlds. That's what y'all doing. Because you know in the UK, most of Europe, all them pit bulls is illegal. So they hide their pit bulls and they breed them with their Malinois or their Dutch Shepherds. So now they have their pit bulls and they're coveted shepherds, and they got the best of both worlds. They hunting with them dogs. They doing all kind of shit with them dogs. Man,
who's got the?
Go ahead.
Who's got the bull Kangles?
Man, shit. No, nobody. I mean, I'm sure, Caveman, somebody's doing it and have done it. Definitely overseas, but I know that the concept is still fresh. But I know somebody. I mean, come on, ain't nothing new under the sun, Caveman. So somebody's done it. It's just not something that's in the forefront, I think.
Yeah, because I can't find no pictures on them.
But there has to be someone that has done it already. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I love the concept, and I'm definitely going to do it. And I got a partner overseas, Alpha Kennels. He got a Kangal, and he's going to do it. You know what I mean? So, but that's the beauty of what we're doing. That's intriguing. That intrigues me as a dog man. Like taking that Kangal and taking it to a bull breed. Like, what the fuck would that make?
I don't think it's gonna be a bull herder. I think it's gonna be like a
Maybe breed to a bull.
like a fucking like a bull guardian.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a predator. I think it's gonna be so. K-Man, you're gonna notice that with which you already have LGDs, but you'll notice that with your Kangal, like I noticed with mine, right? They're more a deterrent. They're not a predator, right? But with that bull breed in it, it's gonna turn that fucking Kangal into a predator, where it's gonna go hunt. It'll want to hunt wolves and bears versus just.
Yeah, they should. They're not like the Pyrenees. The Kangal and the Ovcharka, they're not like the other LGDs. They engage the shit. They'll chase it down.
What the Kangal chase it down?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of sight hound in them.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah, and they're not really like the other LGDs. They're smart enough not to get killed, and the Kangal and the Ovcharka aren't. They either overtake their predator or they get killed.
Interesting.
They're not like they're not like Pyrenees and Tibetan Mastiffs and them other LGD breeds that are just a deterrent. They just bark.
Okay, I see what you're saying now, because that's what I see with my Kangal. She's she wants to, of course she wants to go after it, but she doesn't have the, like I said, as the bull breed, the bull breed is looking for it. She just lays around until she sees or senses the threat, and then she's on it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't have her in a position where she can roam and go hunt it. You know what I'm saying? But with that bull breed crossed into it, though, that's where she's going to be fucking not just laying down waiting for it. They're going to be out there just hunting it, period. That's what I think that will happen if you cross the two.
Yeah, it will, but honestly, I think that's your dog's intelligence showing restraint. She knows she can't chase it.
Yeah.
Or when you breed that bulldog in there, they don't think like that. They just go, go, go. They just keep pulling until the chain breaks.
Correct. Yes, I agree with you, K-Man. And that's what I see. But just think about it. Those guys out there in Turkey that are, using those dogs as shepherd guardian dogs, they don't want them dogs to really just be leaving and going out there just hunting shit just because. They want them to stay with the sheep and go out if necessary. So I see why she acts the way she acts. But like what you were saying, Reddy, once you cross that bull breed in there, then that's going to go, because that prey drive is going to override her decorum, if you want to call it that, when it comes to, okay, there's a time and a place. Okay, I need to stay with the flock. No, she's going to want to go out there and go get whatever it is, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Kangal could be bred that way too. Somebody might have purposely bred their line to not leave. Well, yeah, we need to do a show on them and all the variants.
Yeah,
my Kangal's not the same as yours.
I'm sure it's not. Look, guys.
He has the Sivas Kangal, right? Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have the Turkish.
Yeah, we need to do that. So we're supposed to do, and like I said, shout out to you, Reddy. Shout out to my brother Reddy. But we were supposed to do the terrier, Patterdale Terrier, and the Yap Terrier, right? Reddy, we were supposed to do the marbles on them this week, but then Reddy fucking hit me with this one in my face. I was like, oh, we got to do this one. But we'll do the Patterdale and the Yap Terrier next week, and then we'll do the different variants of the Kangal the following week. Modern marvels. Let's plan that. So
how many variants are there?
Huh? Say it again. Go ahead, K-Man.
Yeah, my damn touchscreen. How many variants of Kangal are there?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of them because they got different looks.
I think there's 5, but I'm not sure. I thought Reddy might know right off the top of his head.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
No, there's a Kangal that's black
and brindle.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yep, there's a brindle Kangal too.
I can only remember like 3 types of Kangal, but I think there's 5, and I can't remember if the Malakli is bunched in there as a type of Kangal or not.
No, we'll do it though. We'll do that not this Thursday coming up. We'll do the Patterdale and the Yak, and then we'll do the Kangal the following. So about 2 weeks. So do your research, Caveman. I know Reddy's gonna do his chat. You guys do your research, and then we'll elaborate on it. We'll use ChatGPT and really, really, really dig deep. I'll make sure I ask ChatGPT a whole bunch of questions so she can give us all kind of different breakdowns and shit. And then we'll start to elaborate on it, and cook on it. But yeah, we'll do that for sure. So modern dog marvels, man. We'll do that Kangal and shit like that. But see, a lot of people, that shit be so much, it's classroom shit, man. You know, the motherfuckers they can't sit in class that long for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. But you know what? It's necessary for us. I enjoy that, me personally.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. So ready for sure. Next week we'll do the Patterdale and the Yacht Terrier for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll do that, and then we'll do the Kangal the week after that.
Then we got to do the Doberman.
We got to do the Doberman. Yeah, Bando, you better not miss that one, Bando. When we do the Doberman and the Doberman Pinscher.
How many kinds of those are there?
Right.
And I'm not talking about the hybrids. I'm talking about just the variant in
the variant. Yeah.
Yeah, and the registered, supposedly purebred Doberman.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that after the Kangal.
Yeah, they've added breeds into the Doberman a couple times in history.
Yeah, I think the American ones they need to redo the American ones because don't they got a lot of epilepsy in them shits now?
They got a lot of defects. Heart.
Well, that
problem.
might be why they mixed. That might be why the newer ones got Weimaraner and shit in them.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you correct it. You got to create hybrid figure to correct that shit.
Yeah, because at one time they started out as a Rottweiler German Shorthair, and then somewhere along the line they added Greyhound and Dachshund, and then somewhere along the line they added Weimaraner. And who knows what else?
Terrier.
Yeah, that's what I meant, not Dachshund, the Manchester. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one they added with the Greyhound.
Yeah, I see. That's the type of shit I love. I like to dig deep into like the what's, where's, and whys of these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know this. They don't understand this part of it, the origins, and what and why they put these dogs in there and all the shit. They don't understand this because they're not dog men or dog women engineers. But we are.
Shit. I see where it took 9 dogs to create the Dogo Argentino.
9?
9.
Yeah.
And the Pyrenees was one of the breeds, and that shit's hairy as shit. They used that for the white color.
Wow. Yeah, and I was learning from Aria because she did the dogo. She said they did the white color so they could see them. That's why they wanted them white. For the contrast when they're hunting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're hunting at night. So they wanted them white so they could see them.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Dylan said the picture means terrier. Is that? He asked a question.
Yeah, Pinscher is terrier. Yeah.
Yep. Dylan, that's what that means. So I mean, shit, man. Hey, our modern dog Marvel series we can go on and on with all kind of different dogs, breaking them down. So for sure, we're gonna do the Patterdale and the Yacht next week, and then we'll carry on the following week. But yeah. Okay, man, please share your content on your social medias. That would be nice. Okay, man. As far as like seeing your Kangal, seeing your LGDs cross with the Malinois, seeing
Dobermans.
your Doberman, your Bullherders. I mean, that'd be nice.
Those Dobermans, they're all heading out tomorrow. I'm thinking I might hold the one female back for a bit, but yeah, I got somebody gonna come take all those for me.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. No, hey, it can get overwhelming at times, though. Okay, man, trust me, I know.
Yep. Yeah, the Dobermans and the band dogs are getting sent out. I got rid of my My Merle Dane bitch and my Doberman bitch too. I sent them back to where I got them from.
So what you gonna focus on then?
The LGDs, and I'm still debating on the rest.
What about the Bullherder that you just
Well,
made?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with that or not. I'd kind of like to be more mobile, not be tied down. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's I can't find any participation, and really, we need our own club because
Yeah.
the gatekeepers do not want people coming in.
Yeah.
Unless you're like apprenticing from them and buying dogs from them, and it's the same. It's the same with chickens. It's the same with coon hunting. It's the same with everything. Nobody wants you to bring a mutt in and show them up. You know what I mean? They have a breed club and they only allow treat and walkers in that club. They don't want you to come in with your blue heeler and tree 3 times as many coon as the coon hound.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. And that's why I say to all of us, and I say us, myself too, slow and steady win the race. You know, you gotta, like whatever you're doing, you just gotta be able to understand it's gonna take some time and keep what you need to continue your program. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take a while, especially when you're doing something different and you're doing something new, like what we're trying to do. It's going to take time for people to catch on, and you got to be okay with that,
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at in my program. God bless me to be able to produce everything that I needed to produce for myself first, because that's why I breed for myself, and then I can sit back on my DNA and be patient, because I still got the DNA to do what I want to do. I'm not doing it for nobody else. I'm doing it for me. And so, I get excited when I watch all these other individuals cook what I plan on cooking in the future. I get excited because now I can sit back in the stands and watch them either succeed or fail as a fan. Knowing that I can learn from what they're doing so that when I get ready to cook my shit up, then I'm further ahead than they were. But I'm learning from them. So I'll be watching you, caveman, with your bull herders. You know what I'm saying? Because you created yours before I created mine.
Word.
So I would love to see if you do plan on keeping a couple of them, what you do with them. I'm intrigued by what you got going on because I want to do it for myself, my own program. But I'm not in no rush.
Yep, I just need to run into the right people because I've tried getting private people, and I've had a lot of talkers. A lot of people act interested or say they'll do. I've talked to trainers, border trainers, sports trainers, police dog trainers, all kinds of groups. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, caveman, what's new, brother? That's how it is. Whole bunch of
Discouraging.
Talkers. That's what I've been dealing with my whole time on social media. Talkers, very few walkers, very few doers. And like I said, that's something that is a part of it. And that's why for all of us, I want to let you know, I always include us, myself, that you got to build your program for you and keep your own shit and work your own shit. Because at the end of the day, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. These cliches ain't for no reason, fellas, ladies, that we hear from our ancestors who've been saying these things over and over again for many moons and decades and centuries, that we keep hearing over and over again is true. It's true. And I had to tell myself that.
Speaking of that, I'm thinking about sending out a bunch of dogs and getting into politics.
You think you got to compromise now? Shit. You be a politician. It's all about compromise.
Depends on how strong your pimp hand is.
Well, think about it, man. If you're a politician, you got to straddle the fence.
Go in Congress and lock the door from the inside and start slapping the shit out of people.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, behind closed doors, the only way you can do it in politics. But that's not.
I think there's going to be a bunch of vacant seats pretty soon.
I don't know, man. I'm
not. I think a lot of people are just going to walk away.
I can't do politics. I'm not a politician, man. I can't straddle the fence. It's not me. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, straddle the fence?
That's what politicians do. They straddle the fence. Because you have to be politically correct, but then at the end of the day, you got to push agendas. So for you to get the people to admire you and think that you really for them, you got to straddle the fence. Even though a politician is not for the people, they for themselves.
I couldn't pull that off if I tried. I can't.
Leave politics alone. And if you can't straddle the fence, you will not be a good politician.
You mean the new age? Well, you're right. You're right. I'd never be a politician.
Yes, stay a pioneer, man. It's a long and lonely road, K-Man, but it's more gratifying when you hit the finish line. Because you didn't compromise for nobody. You was you. You were you.
Yeah.
Nobody escapes that lonely road of being a pioneer or a trendsetter. It's just lonely, man.
Yeah. Nobody gets out free, huh?
Nobody, man. We all take the toll. We all pay the cost. And then when we hit the finish line, and that's when everybody want to be fucking cheering us on and shit. When all the work is done.
Yeah.
But while the work is in progress, ain't nobody gonna be around.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So that's why I say to you guys, slow and steady win the race. Keep whatever you need as your building blocks, especially with these dogs, and just keep working through it, man. Keep working through it. Eventually, as you keep showing the world what you're doing, more and more people like us will start to tap into you guys, because we're looking for those that are like-minded, but it's only a few of us, because we're not dog politicians. It is what it is. Now, if you want to entertain people with dogs and, like I said, you want to get into the designer dogs, then, you might be able to hop on a wave and you might be able to win a little bit because you're hopping on something that people are comfortable with. But we're not doing things that people are comfortable with when it comes to dogs. We're creating dogs. People don't have Kangals, Caveman, and all these different type dogs you got, the different Danes, Doberman pictures, and people ain't a visionary like you, ready, where you can see different breeds and you got a brain for it. You know what I mean? Your dog man nerdship is at a high level, so you really intrigued by these things. They're not like us, chat. So you got to be okay with being an outsider. But when we win big. We just don't know when that's going to be. But mark my word, and I'll close out with this. With this herder bull concept, it will take off like it's doing over there overseas in the United States. And if we stick with it, whoever's being involved with it, okay, whoever's going to get involved in this bull herder shit and really do it at a high level will benefit from being the trendsetters out here. We'll benefit from it, because by the time the world catches on here in the U.S., we'd be already way ahead of them. And they'll be getting their foundation from us.
It's the goal.
So the ultimate hybrid right now is the Bullherder. That is the ultimate hybrid right now. And if you want to create something similar, hop on the wave. If not, it's okay. Continue with your program. Do what you do. Okay. Do not get discouraged on what you're already doing. Keep going. But if you want to add something else to your portfolio of working dogs, get on this. Come on down, man. K-Man's already ahead of us already. Okay. You know what I'm saying? There's other people I'm sure that's doing this shit too. Okay. Don't hate on K-Man because he's ahead. Don't hate on anybody else because they're ahead. Salute them. Support them. Encourage them. But K-Man, I'm gonna tell you, you got to keep your shit, K-Man. It is, I mean, that's the reality of it, K-Man. I gotta keep it real with you. These motherfuckers talk about it, but they're not gonna pump your dog like you gonna pump your dog. Sounds good. It's not gonna do it.
Yep, that's a sad fact too. When you said that, it makes me think of all the people that I give them a dog, made a deal with them. How many times it worked out? How many times they actually showed the dog or worked the dog or got a breeding out of it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of individuals who have dogs from me, and they promote their dogs the way they do, and that's them. And respect to all of them. They're not going to promote like me, Caveman. They're not going to put the emphasis that I put on AK. They're not going to. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that they cannot do it, but are they willing to do what I did to make AK who he is today? That's the question. And honestly, I don't expect that from them. That's my point I'm making, K-Man. Chat, I don't expect that from anybody. I expect it for myself, though. So it's my duty as a dog man to promote my dogs. It's not another person who buys a dog from me that says, Coach, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, all the way to Z with your dogs, and then I believe in it, and then they don't. I know better than that. I know better than that. I would not put my faith in another man. I don't do that shit. I respect what you got to say, but I don't respect what you do until you do it. So, yeah, you say it, but, you might quit. You might do it for a while, but then, something happened in your life. You got to call an audible. I get it. It's life. But you might not have the drive that I have to finish it all the way through. I get that. I'm okay with that. And that's why we always say, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So with your program, K-Man, with all you guys, with programs, if you're really serious about your program, you're going to be the frontliner of your program, period.com. If you actually are blessed to have another dogman who takes your dogs further than you or do the same, then, call yourself blessed. Call yourself lucky, damn near. But with my dogs, ain't nobody put in more work than me. With my dogs, people who have my DNA. Okay, I have AK's sons. I got, Red Tie. I have to put in that work for them. AK's daddy. Okay, it was Simon in the UK that made AK's daddies famous. It wasn't Greg who sold Gunner to, it wasn't Greg who made Gunner famous. It was Simon in the UK. So it wasn't Simon in the UK that made AK famous. It was Coach in the United States of fucking America. So I didn't depend on AK's daddy to make AK famous. And even though I told Simon what I was going to do with AK, I'm sure he wasn't dependent on me to do it either. But I did it. So, slow and steady win the race. Okay. Persevere through the blood, sweat, and tears. It's lonely on this road less traveled. We understand it. It's understood. Okay. If God brings somebody in your life who has similar type of ethics about their shit, similar type of drive about their program, similar, all the shit similar to you, and they're willing to put the time in and they get your dogs and they help you promote your dogs, you know, praise God, but don't depend on it. Don't bet on it. Don't bet on it. You'll probably lose 9 out of the 10 times if you bet on it. And be okay with it. Don't put the burden on yourself like shit. It didn't work. Don't even do it because you'll be disappointed every time and you'll probably quit. You'll probably quit because you'll be disappointed so many times. You're just like, it's not going to work. You'll quit. But if you know already off the top it's not going to work, depending on others to help you move forward, then you already get it. It's like, well, why would I even fucking? That's not going to stop me because I already know you're not going to work. And if you do, I'm just, it's extra. It's extra. If you do good with my shit and it helps me, it's extra. But if you don't, I'm okay with it. It's not going to stop me. Already prepared for that. I know I'm going to be lonely.
Yeah, you do have to promote your own dogs because even like what I'm looking for is, and how it usually works is the breeder sells to a trainer and then the trainer sells to the client. And there is no promotion there. You know what I mean? They're just buying the dog, train it, sell it.
But watch this game, man. A lot of times in those networks, like those groups, right? You might be the breeder, but you already are tied into those groups, and those trainers already know your dogs. That's why they're buying it.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you already advertise to those trainers because they know what type of dogs that they want, and you got them. So you already, you know, for them to know you, you already have to advertise them in some way, form, or fashion where they're seeing your dogs work. So it's still the same thing, but those trainers are taking your dogs and working them, but those trainers wouldn't even fuck with you if they didn't know that you had the dogs that they can work with. So that order is still in play, which is showing them your dogs, them knowing about your dogs, either from word of mouth or you actually working them. So it's still all the same. You know what I'm saying, K-Man?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, around here, there's nobody looking for dogs. There's dogs out of work. The dogs are getting defunded.
Oh shit! What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, like the police dog trainer I talked to, the most recent one, he worked for Isabella County. Well, they got their road patrol defunded, so he lost his job. He went to another city, and they were supposed to take him and his dog on. They never took the dog on.
Oh wow!
I can't remember now. I think he said the dog gets like 30 grand a year or something.
The dog program?
Now. Well, to hire the dog as an officer.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he has one still, you know, but it doesn't have a job. It sits at home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's and again.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that person because I'm probably gonna have to go towards a bigger city.
Or what you're gonna have to do. This is what I'm gonna do, K-Man. I'm gonna make my own shit. I'm gonna keep majority of my shit and train my own shit, and then compete with my shit and intertwine myself with those people who is gonna buy my shit. That's what I gotta do. I have to go and bring my shit to the people. I can't. I just can't think that these people are gonna. This is me. I know better to think that these people are gonna find me. I have to bring myself to them and show them my dogs to where now they see me and my dogs and they're like, okay, who's this guy? Oh, this is your shit. Your shit is outperforming my shit. I want that shit. I have to do that. I have to build that momentum myself because I'm new and my dogs is going to be new to them. But me depending on the algorithm for me to get the right people to find my dogs, you know, the algorithm don't work that way. You got to pay to play for the right people to find you, to be real with you.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing all this footwork and phone work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet.
Hard.
All the people on the internet are in other states and shit. All the people I'm connecting with. And yeah, this protection sports groups or something else.
It's politics, like you said.
Yeah.
It's politics. But see, if you, right, like I think for myself, if I go and spend my money training my dogs and then I go and compete and I'm whooping your ass, then you got to see me. Because now, yeah, you can hate all you want, but I paid to play too. And I'm beating you. So then now, you know, now you got to see me.
Or find a reason to kick you out of the club.
Well, you know, I mean, one thing, that's true too. But one thing I noticed about people who are very competitive, like myself, you know, we like honestly, I like the competition. You know, like because that pushes me. And if your dog is, and you and your dog is showing me something that, you know, is making me check you out, yeah, I might hate a little bit. You know what I mean by hate a bit? I might hate the fact that you actually got me beat, but I'm intrigued enough to find out why. So I'm gonna go up to you and introduce myself. Me, hey man, I saw you do out there, man. Tell me a little, you know, because I'm it's damn near like I'm scouting, caveman. You know, like damn.
I mean, I've even talked to them and had them tell me that oh, nobody's interested in them crossbreeds. They want Malinois and bull herders. I'm like, I have Malinois and bull herders.
But caveman, you have to go. This is my point I'm making to you. Fuck just talking to them. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm not going to inquire about.
Hey, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about going and invade the club and show them what you got.
Yes, because they're not going to respect you by just saying that you have this because it's a competitive environment. So you have to show them, and us knowing that that's how it plays, because we got to know what arena we're trying to compete in or we're trying to invade. We have to know our opponent, or you know, we got to know the environment that we're trying to play in if that's what we're trying to play in.
I mean,
so then it's like, okay, I gotta pay to play. So yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to take some money. Yes, it's going to take some training, but we have to be willing. I include myself in it. We have to be willing to go through the process and skip no steps to be worthy to get these type trainers to want to buy our dogs, to promote our dogs for us. Because that's what they're doing when they buy our dogs, because now they're taking the time with our dogs to compete. And then if they win, people's going to be asking where you get the dogs, and that's going to trickle down to us. But I can't come into their arena saying, hey, man, you know, this is me. I'm not expecting you to believe I got something that can compete with you if I'm not showing you what the dog can do. I'm never going to expect you to believe me. I got to show you. And because people are biased and it's political, like you said, they're not even going to give me a chance until I prove it myself. They're not going to give me a chance with my dog. Because like you said, oh, your dog ain't from these lines. We only fuck with the best lines. Your dogs ain't from these bull herders. We only fuck with these bull herders from overseas. That's how they going to play us.
I want to see how much fun it is for you to get in the club.
Hey, pay to play. Hey, man, it's called pay to play, man.
Yeah, but that shit's like everything else. They own that club. That's not your God-given right to be in that club. They don't have to let you compete.
Correct.
You're going to experience, I've experienced that shit all through my life with everything, with dogs, with chickens, with weed, everything. They won't let you play.
Well, that's where you use your politician.
You got to start your own shit, your own club.
Yeah, well, that's going to take a lot longer, but that's where you use your politician skills. What I mean by that is you go in there and you start friending these individuals, right? And then you kind of play along to their rhetoric to get in the club. And then
that's where I fucked up. I ain't got that in me.
Okay, well, I mean, shit. Earlier you said you was gonna be a politician, so that you know, you damn near gotta learn how to, you know, kind of get in where you
maybe I meant dictator.
Oh, well, that's not a politician.
Right.
Come on.
No,
brother.
I said I was thinking about getting in politics. I didn't say I was going to turn into one of them.
Okay. Well, damn it, man. Well, you know, you have to be politically correct to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to bend over and let them take your asshole, but you gotta be politically correct to at least let them, you know, give you a seat to where you can be heard. Once you heard, then you put your money where your mouth is. They're like, oh, let me see what this motherfucker talking about. He's willing to pay. Let's see it, and then you show him. But you know, we can take the longer route too. You know, start your own shit, but that's gonna take a lot longer.
Well, now's the time.
Yeah. Hey man, yeah. And again, slow and steady, caveman. Let's make the dogs. Let's keep our dogs. Let's train our own dogs. Let's showcase our dogs, and eventually, you know, we might get a group of dog men who like, well, hey, well, fuck, man, we'll start our own fucking club. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, you know, it's gonna be lonely. And you and me and all of us gotta accept that. I've already accepted it.
Yeah, one of the things too is I live 2.5, 3 hours from anywhere. Like I live right in the middle of Michigan, in the middle of farm country where people own, you know, 40 acres is a small chunk. There's people here that own thousands of acres.
Oh, man, I wish.
You know, there's no population here to fuck with. There's no crime. I mean, there's some crime, but it's not like that. You know, we don't.
Not the city.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to use. Okay, man, that's why you got to use social media to your advantage. You know, but you know, you might have to do a day in the life of caveman and shit, where you filming shit, and then you know you bringing people to what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, bring them to my field.
Yeah.
My show.
Yeah.
Vlog.
My club.
Caveman vlogs.
Yeah, caveman vlogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck them other clubs and their politics and their gatekeeping and all that shit.
Yeah, but guess what, caveman? It's gonna be more work.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Better in the end. I'm too abrasive for these liberals.
Okay, man.
That one, I joined a protection group and was talking to a trainer, and yeah, it was a joke.
But it's a group. It's already established. You have to establish your own. But the process is what I be telling you guys is like it's gonna take some time, bro. You know, it's not gonna happen fucking right when you want it. It'll happen on time, but it ain't gonna happen when you want it to happen. It's just the reality of it. Like I didn't catch my momentum on Instagram till probably my fucking second year on Instagram. Like my shit didn't start catching momentum till 2 years on Instagram. Just to be real with you. And then once I started catching momentum, then the algorithm started catching me, and my shit started shared to more people. I started getting a whole bunch of followers. I started getting I started averaging like 1,000 followers a month. But I had to build that fucking momentum up, and then over time, my content got better and better and better because I kept putting content out every day.
You gotta do it every day.
No days off.
Can't miss a day.
Can't miss a day. No days off. I was doing that shit. No days off. And then I was doing it 3 times a day. So that's the reality of, you know, building a momentum, building a following is that, you know, practice makes perfect. So the more you put content out there, the more people who fuck with you see you, the more the algorithm reads you. And then all of a sudden, you know, the better you get at your content, and then you get, you know, more people coming in. But you can't put no time frame on it because you never know when the algorithm is going to allow you to go viral. You never know that. That's one. But, you know, you never know when you get the right people following you too, because as you get the supporters following you, you get more haters and supporter actions following your ass, to be honest. More people want to hate on you that follow you than the ones that support you.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to be okay with that. But another thing too, I want to tell you guys about your content is that you have to have quality content if you want a quality level of following. It is what it is. The algorithm will not reward you with some ABC type content. They're not going to do it. Just how it works. So as I got better with my photos and I got creative with my videos, then I started getting rewarded with views. But you know, if I wasn't on that mental space and like I would have never got to the level that I got to. You know, my content wouldn't get thousands of likes and shit and all the shares I was getting in comments because I put in the work for that shit. I got good content. So you guys gotta think the same way with your, you know, with your content if you're trying to get exposure, especially UK, man, because like you said, you're out there in the middle of nowhere. So this is where social media can really benefit you. But you know, you gotta get creative, man. You know, shit. You get creative, you know, shit, make your content. You know, go to your spaces where you get your internet, man. Post that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're done with all your work over there in the fields, whatever you're doing on the property. Go to your little hot spot, post that bitch, and then keep going. You know, the day in the life of the caveman. You know what I'm saying? Period. But what's going to happen is you'll get more creative because you know, that's what happens. You do more work, you get more ideas, you get better. The more and more people know about caveman and shit, more and more people know about your dogs. And then all of a sudden, you know, now you might get somebody who really want to fuck with you and spend some bread with you. Or, hey, man, I really wanted that cross. You know? But, like you said, caveman, it's going to be more talkers than walkers, okay? Because I still get that to this day. And we okay. Be okay with it. But yeah, I digress. But anything else we got to comment on about this video? Again, Ready, thank you, man. Thank you for being who you are to all of us. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't following Ready, man, go ahead and follow. Make sure y'all follow Ready on his social medias, man. You know what I mean? I think your social medias is your name, correct, Ready?
Yep.
Okay, man. Make sure you guys follow Ready on his social medias. You know what I mean? The brother is a wealth of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He's damn near the glue to everybody, which is a beautiful thing. But at the same time, his dogmanship, his knowledge in dogs is superior. And I learned a lot from him. And I'm very grateful for you, Ready. So, but you know, all you other dogmen who don't follow Ready, tap into the brother, man. He's a wealth of knowledge and he's a good brother. And you know, it's good to have us that all bring something to the table. And Ready, you very valuable to this classroom. And again, valuable to me as a brother and as a dog man that, you know, like you always be putting me up on game. So I'm grateful for you, man. So thank you again.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Okay, man. Thank you. We missed you. You know, stay the course, brother. You know, stay the course. You might have to pull back on the reins. Trust me. You know what I mean? I was forced to pull back on my reins because of where I live. So, you know, my environment changed my whole fucking trajectory on my program. You know, where I gotta get me 50 plus acres now. So I have to slow down because I gotta move. I can't do what I want to do on my 6.5 acres because I gotta appease, you know, neighbors a mile away. Like, what kind of shit is that? Well, it is what it is. But what the coach got, I gotta pull the reins back on my program until I get my 50 to 100 acres. And I'm okay with that. But that don't stop my vision. That don't stop all my hard work. You know, I just got to call audible so I can do what I need to do once I get my 50 to 100 acres. But my program ain't stopping. It's just slow and steady win the race. And we should be okay with that, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, Reddy, you got anything else to say?
See y'all next week.
What about you, Caveman?
No, I'm good with that. See you next week. I'll have hot spots still next week.
All right. Well, hey, y'all, you know, do some research on the Patterdale and the Yacht Terrier, man, because we're gonna cook and we're gonna really break it down next week, man. So let's get our brains together and let's go ahead and cook it. You know, we're gonna discover the history of the Patterdale and the Yacht Terrier. We're gonna break them down, and we're gonna have some good discussions on the next episode of Modern Dog Marvels. But yeah, man, salute to all of you in the chat. Let me go down the list real quick, man, and give everybody their salutes. Cooper, big salute to you, Coop. Very consistent, Coop. Appreciate you. New Dog Man, big salute to you. If y'all ain't following New Dog Man, y'all better follow that brother, man. He got all kind of cool ass crosses, and he really working his dogs.
Oh yeah.
Y'all need to go fuck with New Dog Man, okay? On all his social medias, because that brother got some dope ass shit over there, man. Brother Tony has done it again. I appreciate your support, Tony, as always, man. Let's see who else we got. Inquisitive Dejana, big salute to you. Kennels, big salute to you. Rock Solid Pizza, big salute to you. Rock Solid. TESD, Therapy Emotional Support Dog, man, my brother, thank you for showing up. If you ever want to hop on the panel, brother, I think by now you are qualified, man. I don't think you're about no bullshit, and I think you are really here for the dogs, man. So if you ever want to come on the panel, I will invite you up if you ever want to chime in on the panel. So you are invited. Make sure I got everybody. I don't want to miss nobody. Bill, Blue Line Terriers, my brother. Big salute to you, Blue Line. Who's the master? Show enough. Big salute to you, Show enough. Live your life, dogs, my brother. Big salute. Bando for life, man. Make sure you show up, Bando, when we break down the Doberman picture. You know what I mean? You don't want to miss that, because I know you have some questions about it, and you know we're gonna cook on it. What's that? Verde Bullies, my brother. Big salute to you, man. Make sure I got everybody.
Mills Kennels.
Mills Kennels, big salute to you. Dylan, aka Dylan, man, big salute to you, my brother, man. But yeah, man, we always good, man. We always, you know, doing what we do. We always trend-setting and pioneering, man. Thinking outside the box to create the circle. Dog men engineer, dog women engineers, okay? But other than that, man, we out, man. You know what I'm saying? We out of here, man. Great classroom, man.
Salute chat.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.